cool game. This is Lone Star. This is Lone Star, cool looking little roguelike deck builder of sorts. And I am a sucker for a good roguelike. I don't do a lot of deck builders, and I'm not sure how deck buildy of a deck builder this is. It might be more of kind of a soft deck builder. Like instead of like an actual deck of cards, it's more like just abilities that you gather and kind of bolt onto your ship, but or onto however the game works, I guess. In a manner that's similar to a deck builder, kind of like how Dungeon Crawler is kind of a deck builder, but there's no actual deck. But it's like power-ups you can fish out of the claw machine. So it's like kind of a deck, but it's like a soft deck builder. A soft deck, a squishy deck, if you will. Not every deck can be strong and erect. You know, that's just how it goes. There's no shame there. Sorry, I'm in long mad mode. Can you blame me? Can you blame me for having the long man on my mind? How can it not be on my mind constantly? How can it not be? But this is a Dare Drop campaign game, which means we'll be watching for certain criteria, trying to complete certain challenges, namely beating the game under certain circumstances. That's what we're looking for right now. But I'm excited to try this out. We got this through Dare Drop. Lone Star looks like a really cool game, and I've had it be recommended to me by a couple folks. We watched Veritas play it a couple days ago, and he seemed to be enjoying it, so that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to check this thing out. So I am excited. I am excited. It was probably intense. It probably was, G-Man. Yeah, it probably was. Every once in a while, you might have someone like, oh, especially if they're on mobile, it's like, oh, I fat-fingered it. You know, it could happen, but yeah, you're probably right, D-Man. It was probably by design. Probably was. Let's just be regular Super Hobbit. Regular Super Hobbit. I don't need to be proselytizing to the people, the nice people in the game. They don't need that kind of. They don't need that necessarily. I grab one last thing, then we'll jump into this one. And yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it was FTL. Or not, I didn't think it was FTL, but I thought it was something similar to FTL. Whereas I do believe this is visually, yeah, visually I think it is kind of similar, but I think there's enough other things going on here to kind of stand it apart. I think it would not be, you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you were to brush this off as an FTL clone. And it looks pretty sweet, so I'm excited to check it out. We'll play tonight and probably tomorrow as well. Probably tomorrow as well. That's right. The old school 89 number, indicating how old I was, which is to say 89 years old. So what kind of spaceships? We got Shielder, or a shield that can absorb damage. Okay, and that's it. I have a beard here in my mouth. Very good. So that is the only option we have right now. Eventually, I guess there's a meta progression. This association level, we'll be able to eventually get more. Confirm that your information is accurate. So is that me? Am I Instructor Zero human? It looks just like me, really. Wondering if you can like randomize for like different selections or anything like that. Gentle tap. I'm a gentle tap kind of guy. What can I say? I'm a gentle tap kind of guy. Basic core, pair core, basic core. 10 HP, 10 max HP, and 1 max fuel. With my tenaciousness. Choose pilot. So that's the only one. There's no other to choose from. Maybe as you get to higher levels, you have more to choose from. Wishes you all the best and return as a legendary hunter. I mean, of course I'm going to. Of course I'm gonna return and I'm gonna fucking kill it. I'm gonna beat the game first try. Got nothing to worry about. Quick tutorial. Yes, that sounds good. I could probably stand to learn a couple things. Gonna move my face down. That I'm no longer blocking stuff. That. Here. Grab the chat window, get that down. Okay. Mr. Criminal nearby, he says, time to go catch his ass. Alright. Is that the criminal? He's a plunderer. He's a henchman plunderer. We can engage the battle. Investment in Interstellar Venture Capital Association ended up with nothing. Taking a daring risk. The Hyena Gang is what they call it. All right. Begin the battle. Let us begin. Right, so... the game is telling me it's a tutorial. There's a lot of things it's throwing at me right now. And not a ton it's telling me. then maybe when they say tutorial, they mean like, well, we'll make it an easy fight. So, based on what I've seen when other people stream this game, I watched Veritas play this a little bit. I think the way this works is that, yeah, this is the damage. Yeah, you can even see, yeah, this is the damage that's coming towards us this round. And we can do stuff to charge our weapons to kind of DBZ projectile battle. It's like to like push the projectiles like one way or the other. So we'll meet in the middle. If his is a 5 and mine is a 4, he'll push a little bit through and do 1 damage to me. Vice versa, if mine's a 5 and his is a 4, I'll push through to him. So there's like this punching through the center that we need to be doing with our projectiles. So we want to, if my understanding is correct, we're gonna want to match their freak. We're gonna want to match their 4 and their 4 and their 2. But there are extra things to consider. So the basic cores are pretty basic. Paracore, when loading energy 2, when loading 2 energy of the same point, gain 2 strength. So let's see. So first and foremost, let's put a 4 here. So there you go. That tells you the net gain is 0. And then I could do 2 and 2 here. I think you can load 2 of the same one here. Of course, if I did 2 and 2 here, it would gain to 6, and it would be badass. But then we're gonna come up with 1 short here. We do have shields, but I don't know if shields recover. I guess I don't know that detail, so we'll play it safe. We'll do 2. We'll do 2. Oh. Can I unload? Alright, well, now I know, I guess. Empty slots for loading. See, alright, so you can't load a multiple of 1. Can I unload? I click. Let me check the controls. Key bindings. Unload unit is X. There should be an unload. If I highlight. Can't do it. Okay, well, I guess we just kind of roll with it. I know there's also a thing where you can move the vehicle, but I don't see any controls for that right now. Is there a keyboard command? Right, well, maybe the idea with the tutorial is that they don't tell you everything from the get-go, and you just kind of struggle. Here, I'll add the 3, so at least we're doing some damage. Oh, look at that. It has 2 little slots there. Yeah. So if nothing, I guess I might as well just do all of it. I might as well. Okay, now they tell us. I'm over here like, man, this tutorial is doing a really bad job of telling me things. Maybe the idea is that they like wait for you to fuck up and then correct you, or tell you like where you were being stupid. So yes, yeah, your strength and the outcome of the enemy strength, right? Absolute difference, right? Okay, that makes sense. We end turn 1. So I guess the tutorial is that there are arrows pointing you around, but yeah, they won't necessarily advise on what you're doing until you commit to them. Yeah, it's a shame. I would like to unload this and have the 2 and 2 here, because I see now. Yeah, there's only 1 slot in each one. Well, this is where the tutorial comes into play. End the turn. So you can see they damaged me for 2. I damaged them for 3. It took out a little bit of my shield. And they don't have a shield on theirs. There's probably a thing, I guess that's the support unit. The support unit probably replenishes the shields. Yeah, the attack unit will convert enemy points. Okay. Oh, energy point, rather, into strength in the same lane. That's what this is, right. The support unit, yes, okay. Differentiate between the 2 based on the icon color in the upper right corner of the unit. So the little arrows, the red arrows mean it's an attack unit. This is a support one. This is the green. Very good. Can load energy whose color outgrades that of the slot. Can only load energy whose color outgrades that of the slot. So orange is the highest that we have right now. Also, Chuck, good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. Yeah, the 2 in the middle. Yeah, if I would have had 2 2s, we would have been really in great shape. I could do the same thing here. I could do 2 3s and turn that 6 into an 8, which would be great. But, yeah, you can only load energy whose color outgrades that of the slot. So the slots here are... So there's gray, 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 gray. Here's a blue and an orange. So only blues or oranges can go here. No, I'm sorry. It's the opposite direction. Okay, I see. So if it's high level like this, like this orange one, you can blow it of any of these 3 types here. If it's blue, you can only do blue or gray. If it's gray, it's only gray. You can't go higher than that color level on the slot itself. So you can't put a blue or an orange onto there. And once it's loaded up, it can't be removed. So there is no unload option, unfortunately. Try the orange energy. I would love to. So I guess the idea is we're expected to take some damage. I took 3, I think. So I got the gentle tap. Did that... I loaded the 2. It became a 3. Oh, generate energy. 1 energy of +1 point. Oh, interesting. So it turned the 2 into a 3 and then added it back into our pool, which is curious. So now we have 3, 3, 3 coming at us. So that'll be an easy thing for us to block. Except this can't go... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, I get... Okay, so I guess I did misunderstand it. So... I thought it was... Okay, so I guess I had it the other way around then. The orange here can go on any slot. Whereas the grays can only go... Whereas this can only accept oranges or blues and orange. You can't put any grays on here, I don't think. Yeah, you can't put gray. Okay. So that was how I almost read it, and then I looked at this diagram and I reversed it. So I should have gone with my first inclination that yes, this is restrictive. This is restrictive. Yeah, it's got to be oranges or blues. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's got to be oranges and then oranges or blues. No grays allowed anywhere on this guy. But oranges are all good here. So we'll match the freak for all 3, so we're not dealing any damage. We are healing our shield at least. It broke even. It did not heal our shield. Never mind. So I guess the healer heals your whole damage, I guess. Yeah, exactly, D-Man. Yeah, that was the distinction. So movement, here we go. There's movement options to dodge out of scary attacks. Like we got a 9 coming in, a couple of 9s even. That's kind of scary. 1 chance per turn. A certain amount of fuel will be restored after the battle. Not after the round, after the battle. Use movement to avoid strong lanes of damage. So right now, it actually, do my eyes deceive me? Are we already off kilter? Like, have we already moved a little bit, or maybe he moved down? Because this gray right here, I think this implies it's gonna miss us. Looking at how these 3 guns line up, only these 2 are in the range right now. So if I move up, oh, look at that. Yeah, well, I can't do any more, but yeah, when I moved up, this moved into the gray area as well. So we just have the 2 to deal with now, which is way easier to deal with. So it generates energy, right? So this doesn't heal, it's just for generating energy. We do have a blue. We have a couple blues. So I do the tap. I can't do it again. Yeah, I can't do it again. That's a one-time thing, but that's still pretty cool. And of course I can't, there's no benefit to powering this thing up, unfortunately. Because it'll just miss them anyway. So I'm not sure if this 3 versus this 3 does anything differently. Seems like a 3 is a 3 is a 3. And I don't know exactly how our pool looks, like our pool of numbers. So I'm not sure if like unused gets shuffled back in the deck. It probably does. I'll do that 3 there. And that's all we can do. Yeah, nothing else we can do there. End the turn. They will miss. We'll do a nice little 1 damage. We're chipping away at them. I kind of like Dicey Dungeons. Maybe. I'll confess I've never actually played Dicey Dungeon. Might as well do the energy tap. It's pretty much free. It just turns it into a 4. Now in this case, it might be worth my while if I wanted to double up and do the 2 3s. And this middle guy, that would turn... Like, so right now, if I put... Well, let's look at this, like, realistically. If I were to do a 5, say 5 and a 4, that would just be 9, which is going to be higher no matter how you slice it. versus like putting the 5 here and doing a 4 and a 4. Maybe that's the better answer. Doing the 4 and the 4. If I do a 4 and a 4 here, that gives it, yeah, I think that's the key. That 5 there. Into a 10, we get the pair bonus. There we go. So much more damage there. So we'll be able to outperform what he's hitting us with. Looks like the bad guys are able to move themselves. They're able to move themselves. We could move up more if we wanted to. Just we get a certain number of fuel back each round, which is kind of cool. The temptation is real to move up. I don't think that's shooting at all. It might, though. It might, and it just doesn't show up right now. That's entirely possible. But the temptation to move up and hit him with all 3 guns is tempting, but it's not going to kill. I would maybe consider it if it was a guaranteed kill for this round. No guarantees. Good damage, good damage. He moves back down. Got all 2s. Same kind of thing here. We already have 2 5s. So, I mean, I think by this point we're guaranteed to get his ass. I'll go ahead and do those 2 to just completely obliterate this guy. Yeah, dude's get fucking gone. There's 16 damage in this one turn. This man is not long for this world. Completely decimated him. So there we go. There we go. So that's the basic gist. The one thing I'm not sure about then is how we fill our deck. How our deck gets filled with those cool numbers. We got star coins, 1 fuel, and it says choose 1 unit. High energy cube. Unload, generate 1 orange, 3-point energy. That does sound cool. It's a support unit. It's a pure white core. What's up, Farsight? Yeah, we turned him into a thin white powder, rather. So we'll load it with just standard grays. You gain 2 strength. Has 3 slots, which is pretty impressive. Back unit, support unit. Yeah. Generate 1 orange, 3-point energy. Takes 1 orange and it takes 1 gray. 3 white. So what does our deck look like? If I could see our deck, that would inform, you know, these kinds of decisions to be made. So I'm a little bit on the fence of which is like a slam dunk. That being said, these basic cores are kind of scrungly, and this thing looks way tastier. So I think we'll take this one. To be equipped on your ship, be brought into battle. Total weight of the equipped units cannot exceed the weight limit. There's the weight down here in the bottom left. So if I pop this guy, so it doesn't have to replace this. It can go. Wait, is that real? Chad, is this real? Can I put something like in front? Does it supplement what's already there? Because I assumed it like would struggle with shooting past a weapon like that. Maybe not. Maybe that's acceptable. I mean, let me place it there. I put it there. That way we always have this available to us, generally speaking. Like the side guns are not always going to be there. The side guns are not always going to be there, but the middle one is going to be very reliably there. Very reliably available. Got the fuel, star coins, vacation days. Are we earning PTO? You're earning paid time off, rather. What's up, Aleph? Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. We're playing a cool little roguelike, deck builder roguelike called LONESTAR. Vacation days offered by the associate. It really is PTO. It really is vacation. Paid time off, baby. Different types of events. Alright, so. Unknown. And 2 days unit. When I assume when they say unit, they mean getting some kind of unit along these lines, like an attack unit or a support unit. Do I venture into the unknown? Or do I do one of these? Unknown or unit? We'll do unknown. So these are randomized events. Good to know. Is this from the same developer as FTL? I actually have no idea. I have no idea. The developer for this game is called Math Tide. Math Tide. When I first saw that name, I wasn't sure if that was like it sounds like an edutainment kind of game developer. The people that made FTL are called Subset Games. So yeah, it's a very different developer, entirely different developer. Also, Subset Games was FTL's publisher. So whereas this game was published by Thermite Games. So this is like, it's an indie game, but this is less indie, whereas FTL is a true indie game because it was self-published. Also, I didn't notice this, that FTL was developed by the same people who made Into the Breach. Into the Breach I've heard very good things about. Yeah, this is Lone Star. The visuals are, it's impossible to not think of FTL when you first see the visuals, but it plays very, very differently. Very differently. So the Bounty Hunter Association. Hannibal's working here, which is strange. You can get your ship repaired or obtain supplies here for free, like in the association facilities, which is pretty cool. So do I get more fuel? Let's give me some more star coins. I'll assist him in fixing up some stuff, get a little commission. There you go. Table is filled with meat dishes, many of which you've never seen before, but they're delicious. Very good. All right, that ends our vacation. That ends our vacation. So our next bounty hunting situation is the Great Wall spaceship by Old Shen. As long as my spaceship is big enough, it can always hit the enemy, he says. Great Wall after a few drinks, but maintaining such a large spaceship left him heavily in debt. It's my time to get his ass. It's okay. I've heard good things, but of course I've never actually played it myself. So he calls himself the Great Wall, and here's why. It's because he has 5 guns flying at us at any given time. Enemy ships have durability. Winning a showdown in each lane will reduce their durability by 1 point. That's this guy right here. When their durability reaches 0, they cannot take an action. Winning a showdown in each lane reduces their durability. So it's like, I guess, poise, like in Dark Souls, that kind of thing. We're trying to stun them. Reducing their durability to 0 is a common strategy for bounty hunters to claim victory. Seems like it leaves them very vulnerable. So we want to try to hold off. We want to stem the tide. I mean, and ideally do some damage, but chip away at them and wait for an opportunity, like an opening, to get their asses. So first and foremost, of course, charge this thing up. Bloop. Charge that one up too. Might as well. They're basically for free. If we had a pair here, we get a twofer. I don't know if it's when loaded with all 3 whites, you get 2 strength. The answer is potentially. Let's first, though, focus on the task at hand. So if I put a 3 there, that'll already make us in good shape. And put a 4 down there. And yeah, so we'll be in good shape no matter how we cut it. So I will go ahead and go for both 3s. Get that sweet-ass bonus. Turns into a 5er. I'm gonna put the 4 down here and the 2 up here. We're matching their freak. On the top and bottom in the middle is gonna pierce through and do 5 sick-ass damage. And chomp away at his durability. Now, I don't know if I have a durability. I don't see anything on my end that tells me that if I lose a showdown 4 times in a row, that I will get stun locked. Hopefully not. Especially given that this is a little bit scarier. So I can go up or down. It would probably be worth my while to do exactly that. It doesn't really matter which one I choose. No matter how you cut it, I'm going to be coming up a little bit short here, though. So we're going to take a little bit of damage. The good news is it'll be shield damage, which I think is... oh, here we go. Energy resources. Yeah, this is what I was wondering about the number pool. So maybe this is what our pool will look like overall. Resources waiting to generate. So maybe this is what's coming next time. Supplemented by the CD pool when insufficient. After generating energy, resources will enter the CD pool. Cooldown? Probably cooldown pool. So I wonder if this means we'll be getting a 3, 4, and a 5 next time. And I'm guessing this means the 5 will be blue, the 3 and the 4 will be gray, maybe? That's what that means. Cooldown pool. That part I'm not sure I understand. After generating energy, resources will enter the cooldown pool. Maybe those were ones we used last time? So they're on cooldown? Maybe that's what that is. I'll try to keep an eye out for that every so often because I feel like that'll probably help to fill in some gaps. In the meantime, I'll go down. Cannot go down anymore. I can't dodge a second one of those. FTL's a good game. I've heard it's very good. I've watched a decent bit of the game. But yeah, I've never actually played it myself. First and foremost, Blam, obviously. So we'll be able to withstand quite a bit coming our way. If I put the 5 here, so that will give us the +2, which is kind of cool. If this was actually, yeah, if this was a gray, we could put that there, and that would just match us right from the get-go. That one's kind of cool. I can match there. Yeah. So I think what I maybe ought to do, I definitely can't kill him this round, obviously. So I want to try to withstand as much damage as possible. I think we'll probably be able to withstand enough to not lose the entirety of our shield. It's kind of a shame this one's not gray, because this would be an instance where I would wish that it was gray. I think what I will do, is I'll go ahead and, yeah, I think so. 2 damage we're gonna be sustaining here, no matter how we cut it, and that is fine. I'm fine for the 2 damage. At least we'll be able to do a little something with the 7. So we're trading 2 and 2. Not too bad. He does 2, we do 2. Curiously enough, we still damaged his durability, even though we lost part of that showdown. It was a trade of a showdown, I guess. I'm surprised that he still took it to the durability. For each fail, oh, 1 point of durability reduced for each failed lane. Okay. So if we could break multiple lanes, we could break 2 lanes, for instance, it'll leave him vulnerable for the next round. Sure enough, by the way, he did get the 3, 4, and the 5. So maybe this means we're getting nothing next round. I wonder if unused cards, unused numbers stick with you for the next round. It's supposed to enter the cooldown pool. I'm a little bit nervous about this being blank right here. Let's focus on the task at hand for now. We do have grays this time. Well, let's go ahead and do of each of these, because that's for free. It's pretty nice. Can put the 4 up here. Like, I should put that there for obvious reasons. Or put the 4 and the 4. But yeah, then wait, no, I really ought to block all 3 lanes, because we're only getting 3 numbers anyway. So yeah, so we'll put the 6 here. Block that guy, and then turn that into a 6 as well. That'll be enough to kill. Look at that. We broke his guard and fucked his shit up. I'm not sure if we're collecting bounties by, like, I mean, we're vaporizing them when we kill them. I'm not sure how we're turning in these bounties. There's no, and maybe like we're fishing for like the black box on the ship or something like that. But yeah, it's not like the old school days where you cut off the guy's head and throw it down to the sheriff's office. Like, no, we're blowing them up, and I promise I killed the guy. I definitely deserve the bounty. Trust me, bro. Yeah, FTL. Yeah, it looks like a cool game for sure. What's up, Whale? Good to see you, bud. Always a pleasure. What's the 1 unit? Let's get a support unit this time, I think. Consecution? Consecutive execution. When loaded with the last energy in hand, generate 1 energy, and it's only 2 oranges. We don't have a lot of orange generation right now. However, generates a 1 white point energy. Tutorial of the activate when the cooldown is ready. So here's the tutorials then. Active effect puts it on cooldown. Okay, makes sense. What is the cooldown? Cooldown is unknown. Probably 1. Probably a 1 round cooldown. Probably. It's only a 1er. It's only a 1er. It's only a 1 wider even for that matter. So not that exciting, but it's something. It's something, and also it's worth noting that the other one was only for oranges, which is more limiting, obviously. Put them back. That just really matters. And we are at the maximum weight, by the way. What do we have here? We have modification, unknown, unit, and unit. Let's do the modification. Mech friend. Wait, mechanic or he is a mech? He himself is a mech. Versatile machine. In any function. Any function you desire, you say. Any function. And you can the ship be taught how to read? Or how to love? Or how to fillet? I mean, hey, I'm just saying. It gets lonely out there, man. It gets lonely out there, probably. Let you try his new machine. Can you fuck it? Where's the blowhole in this thing? Degrade the highest graded slot of 1 unit. Degrade the highest graded slot of 1 unit. Why would I want that? Why would I want to degrade? Unless when they say degrade, they mean go from, like, down from orange to blue and from blue to gray. That could be useful. That could be useful. Beam core. It's an attack unit. Gains, wow, 7 strength. Every 3rd energy loaded. It only takes 2 at a time. So, it wouldn't be per turn, obviously. 7 strength. That's pretty extraordinary. 6 star coins. Degrade the highest graded slot of 1 unit. So that would presumably be one of these units. So I could potentially say take this orange down to a blue. So it accepts blue and orange as opposed to orange only and then blue and orange. This thing sounds kind of sick, honestly. Every 3rd energy loaded. So if you're loading up 3 things, that's great. The tricky thing is that, like, we don't have a ton of energy always that, like, at a given time. Like, this is a good example where it didn't really make a lot of sense to have this guy and this guy on the same lane, given that we don't have a lot of energy getting generated. So I think what I might do is I might take the basic cores off, spread those around, and maybe put this guy on here. I think I will take that one. I think we'll put that there. It's a beam core for you. That's right. That's right. So maybe I'll keep that one in the middle. This did, of course, lower our unit, which is nice, or our weight rather. Yeah, it feels like it doesn't really make much sense to have these, given that we don't have a ton of energy cards. It'd be one thing if we were just swimming in extra energy cards, but I think given this configuration right now, that's a 2. Yeah, 2, 2, and 3. That's already way more than we can handle anyway. So I think that's good. 2 of the same point you gain, and you gain 2. I think I actually will switch this one. I think this one is the most... Well, you know what? That one's gained 7, though. That one gains 7 every 3rd instance. I feel like I should be using this more often. I think this is this one I think has the greatest potential. This one's the second best because white units are plentiful, and you gain the +2. I don't know if you can load multiple whites and get multiple +2s, but that works for me. We have 2 more vacation days. Do I get another unit or an unknown? Let's do probably an unknown. I'm not sure what the universal coins are. Probably for meta progression, or maybe in shops, that kind of thing. Do I want more units? A support unit might be nice. A support unit might be nice. Ooh, rare unit. So do I lose damage, like shield damage or like damage? A rare unit or a common treasure? Fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. It's only little diddling of damage. It's fine. Hope the unfortunate pilot repair his ship. Oh, he gave me that one. Okay, well, we saw that earlier. I could say fuck you and leave. I'll take it. But it's orange only is the thing. I don't know. I don't see myself using this right now. Maybe we can sell it at some point. Was it worth it? Not really, but that's okay. Contains 2 types of energy sources. So point energy and color energy. Contains 2 types of energy resources. Point energy resource 1 to 9. Color energy resource white, blue, and orange. Right. So we have the value, like the potency of the damage or the effectiveness of the energy, and then the flavor, the color of the energy. And not it seems like not necessarily does like the higher order color mean more damage. It's just like a category of the card. Energy resource. Now I'm kind of curious, does that get altered by me like applying things? Like, does that change this at all? Like, how do I affect my pool of cards, I wonder? During battle, 3 energy is generated each turn with an additional 1 in the first turn. You can hold it up to 10 in your hand. Okay, so that implies then that unused cards do not get shuffled back in the deck. Unused cards might stay in my hand until I use them. So there might be a strategy for like knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them, knowing when to walk away, knowing when to run. We got an elite battle coming in hot, by the way. Get that turbo supercharger. Apply 1 power to every attack unit. That's a little scary. Let's get hit, then go fast. And then also eat ass, probably, is what he would probably say. Probably. Yeah, elite danger level, and you can't leave. You can't not accept the battle. You got to go for his ass. So this might be where we're expected to get got. Never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. That's right. That's right, man. Okay, so I'm guessing eventually we'll have the means to affect our pool of points. Start the battle. Ship has not reached its weight limit, and there are units available. I mean, with the last energy, I guess it's fine. It's unnecessary. I don't really see myself using this hardly ever, but sure. But I could foreseeably see an instance where it could potentially come in clutch. I appreciate the vaguely kind of like space western RimWorld music in the background. 3 energy generated, right. We've seen that one. Your energy is retained at the end of every turn. That is helpful. So we have 3 at the start plus a bonus 1 in the first round. On the first round specifically, she will take damage first and recover after the battle, not during. Making use of the shield for obvious reasons. So I can go ahead and create an energy fella, if I so chose. And I think it's a 1-turn cooldown, I think. Yeah. I think that's the idea. The obvious thing, of course, is to juice me up with that gentle tap. 666, the number of the beast, obviously. That's a little scary. With 3 of these things, we'll gain 3 juices. I cannot put that on that guy, obviously. So that's going to be orange only. That one we can handle pretty confidently. This one not so much. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. Do 2 there. So yeah, we're not gonna be able to block all this, unfortunately. Be able to damage him a little bit. He's got a lot of damage, or a lot of health rather, but a pretty low durability, which is good. I'm not sure if it will always be 1, or if that will, when we knock it down to 0, if it'll reset to like 7 or some shit for the next round. I think I might do is put the 5er up here. Give me an easy 7, so we're all set. We would be all set there. And then down here, it's like the 1 and the 1 would make sense. Obviously, I guess I could do like a 5 and a 2, or a 5 and a 1, I guess. And then, unfortunately, I can't use this with anything because there's an opportunity here that says like, yes, if you're loading something with the last energy, you'd be able to get an extra one. There's an opportunity there, but it's oranges only, obviously. So I think I'll like load this up as well as I can with the hopes that I'll be able to use it to greater effect in next round. 5 there. We're all set. Does not seem to matter which one does this, so I'll take 5 and the 1 there, and then just load these up. A curiosity. Wow, that's actually very powerful. That pure white core is very strong. We could overload that with a lot of damage if we wanted to. But I think I would probably do better to resist as much damage as possible. And start to charge up this beam core. Because if that gets a third energy loaded, then that tripwire, trip power, or tri-power will activate and will do some delicious damage. So we're taking some heat for sure. We're dealing some heat too. And we paralyzed him for a round. So he's going to do a round of doing Jack Dick. During the showdown, each victory reduces the durability. Right. Cannot take the action next turn. Presumably they'll get their durability back up. Maybe it's only one. Who knows? But for whatever reason, he is very sad right now. This is already ready to generate again. So sure, why the hell not? It's a free one. Not going to say no to that. I like the idea. Yeah, like even shows the little bar to indicate how it's charging. Like the idea of putting the 2 3s here. Of course, that one's going to be we're going to put that on the 1. Or the 1 there, rather. I feel like I might as well just go ahead and pop that in. Turn that into a 6. So it might be worth my while to put the 2 3s here. The 1 up here, and then the 6 here. I could put the 6... or put the 6 there. That'll generate another energy. Because that'll be loaded with the last energy in hand. So do a little bit more damage. But it won't charge this thing up. If I put this here... we get the 7 that same round. That's some juicy fucking damage. That's some juicy fucking damage. I feel like I might as well. This is the opportunity to load their asses up. Absolutely. Big damage. Look at that. 24. Oh my god. Just fucking taking a bite out of crime on his ass. So this guy's a... I shouldn't say he's a glass cannon because he's got a lot of health. But he's like a... He's a unstable cannon. He's an unstable cannon. How quick we're able to knock him off kilter with those durability hits. But he has got his cannon, no question. I might need to dodge one of these shots. In fact, I guess I could have dodged one of them earlier when I took that first hit. So, which one are we able to do a better job with from the get-go? I can't juice anything up right now. No juicings are happening right here. So I can get... I can load this one up pretty easily. This one is not as easy for us. So I might... I'm pretty much guaranteed to go up. For uppies here. That way I can focus... Oh... I'm a big dumbass. I'm a big stupid idiot dumbass. There's no undo, is there? I'm a big idiot. I'm a big old idiot. That's a whoopsie daisy. That's a big old whoopsie daisy. Yeah. Avoid one of the 8s. The answer is yes, I can avoid one of the 8s. But I clicked opposite the direction I should have clicked. And I don't think there's any take backsies. I don't think there's any resets. So, well, that means this will be less efficient, needless to say. This will be less efficient. So, I got 2 slots here. I can't charge... Yeah, I overcharged last time. Maybe I should have saved that 7 for this one. But... yeah, so it's gonna hurt, but we're living no matter how we slice it. We're gonna win this fight, no question. It's just a question of how bad's it gonna hurt until the pain hits. I say we just take those 2. And, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt no matter how you cut it. At least we got the pair. It's something. Like, it's gonna hurt, but it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. So, that's my B. That goes to show why it's important to not just click willy-nilly. You know, I've been spoiled with games like this. Sometimes there's like an undo, like a quick undo option. So that's a good indicator that says, you gotta be careful about these things, Alex. This is a full commit kind of experience. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, bud. Good to see you, bud. Oh, also, Farsight has something for us. Is this relevant to my gaff? To my my little misclick? It wasn't a misclick because I clicked the thing with intention to click it, but didn't realize by the time the click had happened, the smooth brain finally caught up with myself. See what this is gonna be. Good to see it far side. See what he's got for us. Here he is.
By Azura, Grand Champion! You won't believe the news! They're doing it. They're actually really doing it.
It's
the
real.
Oblivion Remaster. There will be a grand announcement. It's all here in this official pamphlet. We must celebrate. I must prepare you. I'll carry your weapon, shine your boots, back rub perhaps. But
I'll suck your ass.
My body, my sweat, an erotic dance for my champion. Let's begin.
The erotic dance.
Loving champion.
The torch going inside of him is really something.
Envy your enemies. Getting slapped so hard by you.
By me.
I'd pay for it with gold or favors.
The golden turd hat? Or turd hair,
Get it
rather?
while it's hot. Report to the dance floor as soon as possible. And we'll bang, okay?
The golden... I'm never ready for the golden turd hair. I always just see, like, golden poop swirl. Every single damn time.
They're doing it.
I want to hear,
really
like, all the things he's gonna offer.
I'll carry your weapon, shine your boots, back rub perhaps. But first, my body, my sweat, an erotic dance for my champion.
That's right, there it is. So, for those who don't know, it's tomorrow, right? The Oblivion Remaster. It's not a remake. Not a remake, it's a remaster, but still... For a minute I thought it was Mickey D. I was like, no, this is Manslayer, yeah. I do like Manslayer, but Mickey D, of course, for my money, he's like the ultimate Elder Scrolls shitposter. Let's see what Mickey D's got for us.
Mickey, wake up. Mickey, get up. Mickey, get out of bed. Mickey, wake up. What you want? Mickey, get out of bed. Mickey, up. What you want? You alright? Mickey. Yeah? What you want? Jesus, Mickey, how long were you at sleep for? 1.5 years, I think. What you want? Listen, what you want, you bollocks, you have to wake me up. What are the YouTube comments saying about me? Oh, they're only asking if you're dead. Oh. Alright, yeah, alright. Listen, Mickey, anyway, did you hear they're remaking Oblivion? Are they? Yeah, you know that game? It's one of your favourite Elder Scrolls games of all time and everything. They're remaking it. It's gonna be great. They're bringing it back out again. Before the Elder Scrolls 6? Yeah. Oh. Okay. How's it look? Looks very brown, to be honest. Alright, yeah. Okay. Is that what you woke me up for? Yep. That's what I woke you up for. Is that all? Yep. That's all. Alright. Okay, so... Oh yeah, did I mention they also brought out a remaster of Croc, Legend of the Gobbos for the PS1? What?
Yeah, awesome. Croc is back, baby. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a... He said it was a remake. I thought it was everyone's been calling it Oblivion Remaster. I just assume it's a remaster. Remake, of course, implies that, like, you know, under the hood, it's like being rebuilt from scratch. Well, maybe not from scratch, but rebuilt. So maybe I'm wrong. I guess I haven't actually, like, read the announcement. I've just heard people posting the memes. But yes, in some way, we're getting some kind of Oblivion thing. It's an Oblivion thing. And it's been rumored for a long time. It's basically been the worst kept secret on, like, in the gaming sphere for quite some time now. And pretty much down to the expected time frame for when it would be announced was pretty much called to a T. That was pretty impressive. But yeah, Oblivion Remaster and or remake is dropping, I think, tomorrow. Like, the announcement hit yesterday, or today, I guess. And supposedly it'll, I guess, go live tomorrow. It's not terribly surprising that it'll be available before Skyrim, or Skyrim 6, listen to me, Elder Scrolls 6, because Elder Scrolls 6, I'm not even sure I guess they've started it, probably, maybe, I don't know. It's unclear how what that development timeline is looking like, and the Oblivion this product, this Oblivion remaster or remake, was not being done by Bethesda, for better or for worse. Because of course, a lot of us, we love Oblivion for its jankety brokenness. I would imagine a lot of that brokenness probably will be fixed or at least smoothed over, which means it will inevitably lose some of the the fucky charm of the game. But it is definitely something. It is definitely something, and it's exciting for sure. There was a turd stuck. I hate it when that happens. To our dog, right, Ryan? Not to me. It would never happen to me, and I would never scare myself with my own poop. The trailer drops. Yeah, that's the general expectation. The general expectation, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, the trailer dropped. Well, that was the teaser trailer, and let's be real. They didn't drop that trailer because they had started on that game. I'm convinced they dropped that trailer before they even considered, well, before they had like solidified what they were doing with the game. Certainly before they had started working on it. I'm convinced that they dropped that trailer. That way it would like make for a juicier sell to Microsoft. So Microsoft would have to like pay a higher price tag when they bought Bethesda. So like, yeah, we all know like the announcement was one thing, and that's cool they did it, but we all were looking at each other. It's like, it's going to be like 10 years before we even see a trailer, like a real trailer for this game on it. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah. yeah, 10 years. Exactly. It's going to be a bit. But thank you to Farsight for that redemption. And let's get back into this one. Like D-Man pointed out, I have more things to dodge. I'm going to dodge them more smart. I'm going to be more smart about this. Maybe more smart. We definitely want to prioritize this one because this one has such great power outage. Power outputage, if you will. Definitely want to... Yeah, so let's think about this. So if I dodge down, then we'll be making this one not usable, which I think I'm okay with. I mean, I like that one, but this one's gonna be ready for the big charge, which is exciting. So that gives us this guy, which is a more vulnerable lane for this guy to fire on against, and of course that +7 is gonna be sick. I think we'll be killing this guy this round. I think we're in pretty good shape. Got that guy from him. Yeah, so I don't really care quite so much about 2 and 2 or 4 and 4 in this case. Trying to match two energies of the same value. That part is not as much of an issue. So if I just want big number go burr, I'll just charge that one up, and then I will load this guy up with Whitey boys. So big number, and then this is just gonna fucking obliterate. Like there's no coming back from this. This guy is gonna get got. It's gonna be fucking beautiful. Get fucking exploded. My blood is boiling. That's not the only thing getting boiled. All getting vaporized instantly. Let's choose a treasure. Whistling arrow. Attack units gain 2 extra strength when loading. At the start of the second turn, increase all energy points in hand by 2. Halftime champagne, that's kind of cool. They're both rare. Rare treasures. Just get it loaded into your brain with some kind of Apple iBrain product. There you go. There you go. Attack units gain 2 extra strength when loading 1 point energy. Loading 1 point energy. Specifically, a 1 point is what they mean, maybe? And do you affix it to a particular place is what I wonder. I think the answer is it just gets applied to all things. And 2 extra strength when loading some kind of 1 point energy. Which does happen, especially with this guy. The weak energy source does stack pretty well with that, pretty nicely with that ability, if that's working how I think it does. This one does sound cool, but it's only a one-time deal. At the start of the second turn, it's only a one-time deal. That second turn can be very important for sure, but this thing's always gonna proc, if that's how I understand it. Permanent effects in this run specifically, right. Collect a lot of treasures for sure. Probably combining them, that's a big key for success, makes perfect sense. Greater weight capacity, I'll take it. 5 vacation days, holy shnikes. So, yeah, treasure there. And an unknown. Treasure and unknown. I did take some damage, so I definitely could use some repairs at some point. I think what I will do is I'll take the blue treasure. Treasure map, he says. Iron a gang spaceships hovering in the area. So do I lose 2 fuel and gain a treasure? Take 8 damage, I lose 2 max HP. The fuel thing is kind of important. I'll lose 2 max HP. We did cause a collision. Permanent damage, but we got the reflective barrier. Any lane failed in the showdown. Apply 3 strength to the attack units in that lane. That's kind of cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's take an unknown to see if I can maybe have an opportunity to repair. I'm only down 4 HP. Suddenly, being 6 damage down is looking less bad when you're now only 4 damage down. That's the beauty of it. You know, it's one thing to repair your stuff, but it's something else to kneecap yourself by losing some max HP. Regardless, it does make the number look less scary or less unpleasant. So do I gain that 2 back, or do I go ahead and go for the full restore? Yo, we got a super hot female mech. Again, I'm gonna assume they mean mechanic. Like, not to say that, yes, it's like a large metal hulking bipedal device with like chain guns for arms and like huge boobs. Like, we're not talking that like the mechanized Gundam is sexy. We mean that the mechanic is hot. Probably. She lays out her toolkit. Yes. If you catch our drift, lays out our toolkit. Let's go for the repair. This beautiful mech is exceptionally efficient. She serviced us to satisfaction. Wink for a 5-star wink rating. Wink. Anyway, that's it for our vacation. Off to the next wanted situation. Nubby Number Factory. I'll confess I've never heard of Nubby Number Factory, but this game's fun too. I'm enjoying it a lot. We're I think getting the hang of it. I think we're kind of learning the systems. We're feeling our way around this game, and I'm liking it so far. There's also a call for support to, I guess, shop with our coins, maybe. Only be used once per run, though. Good to know. Shopping, limited 1 use. Fuel refill or spaceship repair, also limited 1 use. Good to know. He has swords. Upon reaching durability 0, switch to the other attack mode. There's another attack mode. Good to know. I don't know what that means, but it's scary. This is a boss, by the way. This is a boss. I was noticing this up here. That my star rating is going up. Little by little. Requires you to arrest 4 wanted criminals. So that's what we're doing right now. This is a wanted criminal. But it's a boss man. Boss man kind of shit right there. What's up, Justin? Good to see you, bud. It sounds like it would be an 80s pop group. The name is very catchy. It's a very catchy name for sure. Also, I do have extra capacity, so I guess there's nothing stopping me from putting this thing up here, maybe. Not that it would really come into play, but I guess you might as well. Yes, you might as well. All right. Or maybe it'd be better to put it down here, because this thing already takes a lot of juice. It already takes up to 3. So, I guess I might as well just put it all in the same. Or I could put it down the middle, in case I wanted more middle opportunities. Maybe that's what I'll do. Put it down the middle. Kind of as a supplement. And also that way it makes it a little bit more symmetrical, which is kind of nice. Let's begin. 15 damage all down the middle. Well, suddenly me going for the middle makes a little bit more sense, but this is still kind of scurry. No, actually, I like how you first said it. Shit your brain off. It'll shit your brain off. Now, I know what you mean. Kind of a Peggle kind of deal. There's temporary retreat. There is a temporary retreat. If it's unbeatable, return to the state before the battle started. So if we end up in a not good situation, we do have that. 15 down the middle is scary. Is scary. This is vertical slash mode. Okay. That explains with this toggle that happens. It goes between one like scary weapon straight down the middle, and then the wall of stuff behind him. First and foremost, we'll get one of those puppies, and we'll supercharge probably the unfortunate thing is we can't get this thing charged up this round. I don't have any oranges for this one. So the most we can do here would be, you know, if I supercharge this to 5, this would be a 5, and a 3 is an 8. So we would have 8 here, and then the 3. Or no, not even the 3, the 2. So 10. 10 is the most we'd be able to muster here. Be able to do damage on the side, which is cool. Whereas if I move this down, by 1, I don't have a ton of fuel, so I can't do that a whole lot. But if I move down by 1, it would be 1 plus 2, so 3, 5, and 3. So that ends up being 11. So it's one more. It's one more, obviously. Not a ton of other great options here. So it's gonna be a little bit rough. It will. That's right. Shit my dick off. That's right. It's good to see you, dude. You're dead. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, it definitely would be worth our while to start to power this thing up, though. So if nothing else, what I might do is take this as an opportunity. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll probably move down to line this up to take on this cannon, and then now we do have this perk that says when we lose a showdown, the next attack unit in that lane will deal more strength. Probably just for the next turn. Probably just for that one turn, but still potentially pretty powerful. We'll go down here. That way we can still use this to attack. We'll still be able to supercharge this guy, which would be nice. Let's load up all 3 of these. Why was that so much higher? Oh, I forgot about this guy. Turns out I'm an accidental genius. So it would have been 11. We got 2 extra strength for each 1 point energy. On top of the 2 that were happening here. So those whites were popping off. Us small whitey boys. Us small whites are popping off right now. Alright, so good to know. Good to know that that's how that works. I might as well juice this guy up. Might as well. And I might as well apply some shit here. Some fun damage for funsies. This doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but I definitely have a vested interest to charge this one off. Charge this one up, rather. We're blocking. And we're damaging. And we're also taking a chunk out of his durability. Can't do that forever, though. We'll eventually run out of fuel. So this will have diminishing returns, obviously. I'm almost wondering if I messed up by not having that down the middle. We do have that temporary retreat, if nothing else. The state before battle. Feels a little bit like cheating, obviously. So I'll see if we can, you know, maybe not rely on that necessarily. I can go ahead and juice this one up. I see no reason why not to. Juice me up, big boy. I only have the 1 this time. So if I did the same strat, if I spent 1 fuel and I loaded these 3 up, it would go... Each of these gains +2, and this gains a +2 on top of that. So this 1 goes to a 5. This goes to a 4. This goes to a 6. So that would be 15. That would be 15, and that would be enough. That would be enough. If I arithmetic to that correctly. Double check our work. Sure enough, exactly 15. So, if I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I would switch these 2. I would switch these 2. So that way this was always front and center. This one's still pretty cool, and... Oh, you know, I might have not needed that necessarily. Because this is going to do big damage. If I would have put this 6 and maybe that 4 there, that would have been enough. But that is still pretty cool. That is still pretty cool. Or I could put it here It does it. Oh, generates. Oh, I see. When it says generates 1 energy, I thought it meant do 1 more damage. No, it means generates another card. It's just a 3. So then might as well just blast this motherfucker. Good damage. Good damage. The problem is we're gonna run out of abilities to pull off cool shit like this pretty soon. Good damage. Good damage. We only have 1 more bit of fuel, obviously, so this is the last round we can pull off a maneuver like this. And we don't even have 3 white fellas here, so that does limit things. This one will be a lot less sexy. But if nothing else, if we end up in a bad state, we could always retreat and return. Yeah, that still is an option. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say it's probably not worth moving to do this one. Well, I say that maybe it still would be worth. I can charge one of these up. No real difference in trying to match point values here, so I'll just go ahead and load that one up. Reload that one up as well. What I probably should have done, honestly, the allure of charging up the beam core was too much to resist. Like, it almost brought him down to half health, which was so delicious. But the downside, though, is that it made us extra reliant on the numbers, on the energy pools that we're pulling. The next pool will be a little bit more generous, obviously, but yeah, you see exactly what this bind this put me in. This is what I could have done. Is I could have leaned on that beam core for the next round and been less of a behind the 8-ball situation than I am right now. If I tank this as it is, the good news is the 2 1s get the +2 automatically. So I could put the 2. We could still move down, put those 2 1s up here. Those 2 1s, which are 3s, become 5s. Actually, I say that, yeah. You know what? We would still manage. We would still manage. Yeah, that's still pretty good. But this is the last time we can do this because no more fuel. That is exceptionally powerful. That is exceptionally powerful. I would put it here if I could, but there's no space for it, unfortunately. So not quite as much damage, but it was enough. He is paralyzed this round, which is nice. He switches to the other mode, but he's paralyzed this round, which is nice. So that's at least something. At least something. So let's charge this guy up. And charge this one up too, might as well. No reason not to, as far as I'm concerned. I feel like there's really no reason not to just overload this. Well, actually, I would maybe do these 2 here. Nice tasty damage. And then maybe say 1 here. Oh, I should have done that last. I should have done that. Actually, I should have... Well, no, I guess you can't. You can't do that last because this has to be the last deck in the last card in your hand to generate 1 more energy. That's pretty tasty. That's really tasty. That's very, very good damage. Big damage. Now he's going into scary mode. He's going into scary mode. But you know, it's not horrible. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's not great, or say that it is great. It's not great, but it's not as terrible as it otherwise could have been. If we play our cards right, we might be able to straight up murder this guy now because one of these becomes a 5. We could put 10 up there. That would be more than enough up there. Might as well juice these bad boys up. Once again, no reason not to. It's basically for free. That would help us block. I can't do any more maneuverings, obviously. So we have to deal with these 6s. But dealing with 3 6s, even though it's a bigger number, overall it's spread across other places. This feels easier to deal with. So I'll take the wide path over the singular focused area. With limited fuel reserves any day of the week, especially with this being reaching its maximum threshold as well. So we'll place that there, and I might as well place that there as well. Can I do 10 more damage? We can place this here. I think what I should do is yes, this will kill. Okay, there we go. We got the confirmation this will be enough to kill. I mean, should I have, like, maybe I shouldn't have like gotten so excited where I was like, oh boy, let's just do big damage. We'll just kill before he shoots me. I think we still take the damage. I think we still take the damage, unfortunately. Yeah, we do still take the damage. Okay, so when you're in a situation where you're guaranteed to kill, you still need to be mindful of the damage incoming. Which means you could technically double kill. You could technically kill the bad guy when you also get got. 5 coins. But look at that. Restore all HP and fuel. All's well that ends well. Calculated. Absolutely calculated. More max shield or more max fuel. That max fuel did save our ass. That max fuel did save our ass. I feel like I might as well. A legendary attack unit. Or a rare support unit. Gain 10 strength when you overclock. When point of 1 single energy loaded reaches the threshold. Let's see. Tell me about reaching the threshold. When loading energy onto this unit, if the energy points is greater than the overclock threshold, the effect is triggered. That's going to be hard to do though, because it's an overclock of 9. That's pretty high. That's a tall ask, as we say in the industry. Only effective when a single energy is loaded. So in the example here, they say it's a 9. So when you pop a 9, yeah, but how do you get a number that high though? This is why it's a legendary weapon, because it takes a lot to it takes a lot of high level resources to get that high payout. Loading multiple energy does not meet the overlock threshold, will not trigger the effect. Right. So it's a 9. If I bring in a 5 and a 4, gotta be a singular instance. Yeah, so it's an overclock 9. That gain strength of 10 sounds delicious, but there's nothing in our build right now that indicates this is possible. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Doesn't mean we can't find things that would allow for this, but as it is right now, yeah, it's hard to say. This one though, gain 3 fuel for this battle. That's pretty cool. Gain 3 fuel for the battle. So it's you basically get infinite, maybe not infinite, but you get like a near top off of fuel at the start of the fight, which is pretty cool. And I think you get 1 fuel back per round, typically at least. And so this one's like kind of cool now. That's pretty cool. Whereas this one could become amazing later on. I don't know. It's a hard one to sign up for. It's only a weight 1. It has a gray and a blue, so it's not hard to shoot with. Yeah. We would need some other crazy ways to uber charge things. And right now we don't have we have the gentle tap. We need a hard tap. We need a forceful tap. So yeah, let's play it safe with the fuel thing. The fuel thing was very helpful earlier. Really helpful earlier. This would allow for more of that kind of situation. I'm wondering if I should switch these two, because that pure white core is so delicious, especially with this build. We've stumbled into a build that is so alluring with this pure white core. I'm just spraying my pure white energy all over the face of these bad guys, just spraying it on the walls, and then I spray on your floor, then I spray on your dog, and then I'm done. Anyway, well, for now I might put that in the middle. For now. Back into some TF2 times. That does sound fun. I never did play TF2, but well, I played it like every once in a blue moon at like friends' house. You know, we bring our computers together and do like a LAN party. We would bust out TF2 there every once in a while, but I never played it with like any regularity on my own, at least. Let's see. We have energy resource. You know, that's something I think I could really go for. And an upgrade. I can't do both. I can't do an upgrade and an energy resource. Give me the energy resource. Tree ant scientist? Are we talking like walking trees tree ant? Cyclic in a remarkable way. Or cyclic, he says. Everything interconnects in random order we can't understand. It just repeats. The energy resources are right in front of us, he says. Okay. 2 different states and this consumes no energy. So, do I get a white with a 7? 7-point energy. Damn. Or an orange and a 4. Now, of course, orange allows for these guys, which I mean, that's nice and that's really nice. This can cause some really cool, like build synergies. You know, where you're generating more cards and able to cause more extended returns in that sense. But this one, of course, this one is more or less our like main attraction right now. So this would help us lean into that one if nothing else. Especially with that whistling arrow, where we're getting that 1-point bonus, which is pretty cool. Of course, that applies for all things, not just this one in particular. So we only have like, I guess this implies we only have the 1 orange. Maybe that's what that means. Or do I have no? Because it occurs to me, do I have no oranges? I think this means the highest I have is 5. The highest I have is 5 right now, and I have 1 orange card in my deck right now. The temptation is hard to resist. The temptation of the 7-pointer, especially because that's helpful for this guy and for this guy. Well, actually, let's think about this. The orange could be never mind. I'm full of shit. The orange could be placed on any of these, whereas the grays can only be placed on these, and blues can only be going on this and these. Hesitation. I know, Zero. I'm working on it. I'm thinking here. I'm strategizing here. Yeah. It's a 3-point difference. A 3-point difference. And more oranges potentially really could be a deal maker. We do have a general abundance of whites. Of white lasers. I'll take this one. I'll take that one. Yeah. So now we have to, okay, so sure enough, that confirms we have 2 oranges in our retinue, which is good. Could go into the unknown, or I can go for repairs. We're good on repairs. I'll venture into the unknown. Shame I can't do the upgrades. I can't get 1 more day of PTO. I can't take a sick day and take the 4-day upgrade. How it goes. Remove resource or remove a white. I mean, I guess if there was something, if the 2s or the whites were unsavory and we wanted to narrow our pools, sure, I see where that could be a thing. How many 2s do I have? I guess I have 1 2. A single 2. I guess, yeah, I have 2 4s, I guess, what this means. I will remove none of those things. Yeah, I'll remove none of those things. Segregating your laser. Listen, the game is segregating them for me. It's segregating them for me. I'm not enforcing these policies. But I guess I'm not doing a good job of challenging them either, because they're working for me, right? They're working for me, so I'll remain silent, because, you know, being silent is being complicit. Silence is complicity. Do I level up? 1 star, baby. I got that golden star on my binder. My parents are gonna be so proud. Promotion. All right. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was 1 star. Now I'm 2 star. Yeah, baby. Head to a new galaxy. Got Ryoma, that moon shadow. We got his ass. Got his ass. On we go, my friends. On we go. With the upgraded effects of a unit, you can expand the upgrade preview box on the right side. Upgraded effects of a unit. So when it comes, when it comes to upgrades, I don't think we actually have that right now. Have that as an availability, that is. Top right corner indicates whether it can be upgraded. So these 2 can be. These 3, rather. Wait. 1 goes into a 2. Oh, okay. Maybe this one's already... Oh, I think this one's already been upgraded. Upgrade preview. Yeah. So this one can't be upgraded. This one's already at a 2. This one could be brought to a 2. creates an orange 1 point, which I almost don't think I would want because the because of oh wait, no, it doesn't have to be white ones. Okay, that's good to know. It doesn't have to be white ones. White ones. Doesn't have to be white ones, just any 1 point energy. But of course it works especially well with this placement here. Oh my god, look at that. Yeah, it gains 3 strength. Oh my god. Delicious. All these upgrades are pretty sick. Yeah, what's the upgrade here? What's the upgrade here? It says, so right now, on load generate 1 energy of 1 point. Oh, I see. It lowers the threshold from an orange to blue to orange to gray or orange to white, which is kind of cool, I guess. Same thing here. Yeah, it lowers the threshold from double orange to orange and blue. A 9 strength with that one. That's tasty. That one's incredible. 4 strength for a pair. That's pretty sweet. Good stuff. Good stuff. So upgrades are worth considering or worth seeking out if possible. Beastkin or athletic. But Arca is an exception. Can't even manage to dock a ship properly. If I can't pilot it well, then nobody can. Very good. Called the Immobilizer. I wonder if that means that it makes it so that you're unable to like use your fuel reserves. The enemy moves gain power. Interesting. Okay. So maybe I should be not so inclined to move myself. If when I move, I'm charging him up. I don't want that. I don't want to be juicing him up. And wouldn't you know it, I kind of need to move. I kind of need to move because we got a 14 coming in hot that we really can't deal with very well. Could be one of those things. A reason not to do this. Definitely a reason not to do this. So the only pair that I have is I could do the 2 3s. It would get me up to 8 basically, which is actually less than 14. I don't know if you guys knew that about numbers, but the different numbers have like different values. So I will go ahead and go up, even though that will juice up this middle lane. Specifically this middle lane. 2 of them too, which is kind of rough. The middle lane becomes scarier as this immobilization takes place. But I see no other alternative, so let's move up. Juiced him up a little bit, unfortunately, but suddenly this is a lot more doable. So I'll go ahead and throw these 2 3s on. Kind of a shame. I was hoping I'd be able to use that 3 with this guy. I guess what I could do is the 5 and a 1 here. Of course, the 1s are extra powerful. I could just do the 2 1s there. But of course, we want to load this guy with as many whites as possible. So yeah, that turns those into 5s, which is pretty tasty. That's pretty tasty. That does a bonus 2 damage on top. Yeah, I feel like I should probably just play it safe. Play it safe with how I want, how I would expect to play it. If I were to generate, ooh, that gives us a white 4. If I'm understanding this right, it gives us a white 4, which would be exceptionally powerful here. So I think I actually will hold off then. I think I will hold off. So if I put a 1 here, what I might even do is put a 3 and a 1. Block that entirely. Or even a 1 and a 1. Yeah, just do the 2 1s. It still gives us the 8. Yeah. Yeah, I see no reason why not to, honestly. I did the 5 and the 1, because whites, that's the thing, whites are more worthwhile here. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. So let's put the 5er here. Doesn't really matter which one goes where. Those 2 there. This one here. Oh, it's a blue 4. I thought it was a white 4. Maybe, I mean, it's still good damage, obviously. It's just not as good as it could have otherwise been. Still really good. Still really good for a single round attack, so I can't complain. I guess I need to be paying attention to the bottom entry too, because I saw the number on the top and I got excited. But maybe there was indication in the bottom to indicate what color it was going to be. Yeah, less of something. What does that mean? What does that mean? Less, a number being smaller? Confused American noises. Powerful first round. Powerful first round. The way things are going, hopefully this man will not be long for this world, if I can help it. If I can help it. I definitely cannot help this 13 coming in hot. I'll juice up. We're gonna be moving. Listen, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to move down. Obviously, we're gonna juice him up. We can handle it though. We can handle it. The 5 and the 3, no problem. I'm unsure of which one I should load up. Well, actually, no. The answer is fairly obvious. Never mind. Because at first I was thinking if I could use this guy, I could maybe do the 4. I'm sorry, the 3 and put the 2 4s in there. But this lane cannot hit him anyway. So instead, what I will do is I will do the obvious thing, which is this is just gonna kill him. I don't have to do this, but I want to because number go burr. The number go burr. Oh, I did the stupid thing again where I wasn't paying attention, and I got too excited about like big number. Big number is cool, so I'm gonna take 3 damage of shield, but that's fine. The shield replenishes itself at the end of the round anyway. So it's the second time in a row I've done this where I've gotten excited, and I know I was wrong. It was not 3. It was actually 6. It was actually 6. So I took a little bit of damage. It's just one little nick, one little piece of like fleck of skin off our nose. Off the tip of our nose. But yes, I need to remind myself when you're about to win a battle, don't just go for number is funny, haha. Try to consider all the lanes of damage coming in hot. Because the numbers, the lanes of damage are all parallel and they're all simultaneous. Even though you're gonna obliterate the enemy and they're gonna die, no matter how you slice it, you want to be mindful of the other lanes of damage, because that you want to plan for the long haul. Not just, plan for the short term. So, fuel we don't need the fuel bonus, but we'll take it. Our coins, of course, and the 1 unit, an absolute unit. Is it another one of these things? They're really cool. Fuel amplifier. When you activate, you consume fuel to apply power. Ooh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Consume fuel to apply power. That's pretty slick. Yeah, I mean, as much as I love this thing, and I do love this thing, I really do. Consume fuel. And we don't have a way to replenish fuel mid-battle, obviously. The fact that we gain 3 to work with, that's basically 3 overcharges, like 3 juicings. To every attack unit, every one of these things, I guess for that 1 round, probably. Strength after first energy load return. Yeah, I'm assuming it's per round. Per round. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, let's go with that one. I do have to make a choice. This weak energy source sounds unsexy, but it's actually kind of been popping off, so I've really been enjoying this one. The tap device is pretty indispensable. The fuel tank, like these two things synergize very well with each other. The Consecution, I do like it, so I'm a little bit hesitant to get rid of it. We could switch out the paracord. This is indispensable. This one's quite good too. I think I'll get rid of the, maybe not get rid of, but remove temporarily the paracord. Maybe something like that. Consecution is good. The chances are pretty decent with our hand that consists of what is that, 7? Yes, 7 cards. 2 of them are going to be orange, or 2 of them in our hand are orange. It means the chances are good we'll have at least 1 orange, generally speaking, and like most rounds we'll probably have 1 orange, probably. So with that considered, having this here, it is a risk. It is a risk though. As I'm talking through it, it's orange only. That's the thing. That's the thing. Orange only is a little rough. Orange only is a little rough. Maybe I should play it safe. Whereas this is always usable. We'll never be in a situation where I can't do something against a bad guy. Against some kind of bad guy with this thing here. And we can juice it up with the fuel amplifier. Whereas if I have no oranges, then that lane is useless. And that could potentially be a deal breaker for sure. This one's too powerful for us with this current build we have. Yeah, we should be smart about this. Do I go for another unit or go into the unknown? I'll shop around for more units. Lose the paracore, gain 10 star coins. Well, I was wondering if there were things I might want to get rid of at some point. Lose 5 star coins, gain quadrangle energy source. Generate 4 energy. Oh, it's a tri-power one. Gotcha. Support unit. Okay. Ignition device. Got the overclock of 3. It's not bad. Energy. So if you reach the overclock, load 1 orange point energy into every unit. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Any unit activates, apply 4 strength to the attack unit behind. When any unit activates, including this one. This one's an activator. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Only wants to trade the paracore, by the way, which partridge in a paracore. I'm assuming that that you choose one of these things, you can't choose multiple options. Human only. I think I'm human. Am I? Yeah, I'm human. Yeah. This one's discounted. It's pretty cool. Generate 4 energy. That means the cards, right? Not fuel. Not fuel. Energy. That means 4. Oh wait, not 4 separate cards. It generates. I think what they mean is generate a singular 4 energy. Is what that means. But only every 3rd energy you've loaded onto it. So you have to pump it full of juice to eventually pop out a 4. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it generates 4 cards. That doesn't seem right. I think it generates a 4 energy. I think that's what that means. Loads an orange onto every unit, presumably one that can handle it. Because, unfortunately, that wouldn't... Well... Yeah, alright. So, I mean, yes, we have capacity. It is... support device, and it's a single slot. It's gotta be 3 or higher is the thing. And we are at max capacity right now. That's a little bit rough. If I'm to do any of them, I think it's gonna be the Kinetic Transmitter Plus. When any unit activates, apply 4 strength to the attack unit behind... It says self, behind the transmitter, I think, basically. It's a support unit. I guess the order doesn't matter, I guess. Because up until now, I've been putting attacks, like, farthest to the right. Maybe it doesn't matter where the attacks are. Like, the idea of, yes, behind, it says to the left of the self. So maybe the idea is the attack unit would have to be to the left of this kinetic transmitter, for instance. Of all these, this is the one that interests me the most. I'll take that one. Here we go. Yeah. Adjacent, front, behind. So behind means... this is the thing. Yes, here's the behind slot, right. 1 square adjacent, yeah. So if I'm not sure I'm gonna do this right now, just because our build is kind of specific to what we have right now. Again, won't let me. But to just to like demonstrate, just to like do a little taste test here. The idea is, there we go. So any unit activates, apply. Oh wait, no, hold on. So the activation does not have to be close. The activation can be anywhere. Yeah. shows us green there? Why does it show us green there? And blue there. Activates. Apply force strength to the attack unit behind itself. It's gotta be this one, right? It's gotta be this one. Oh, it's green. Okay, it's always green. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I was. It's always gonna be green in that instance. That's why. That's why. Okay, that makes me feel better. Any unit activates apply force strength. That could be so cool. That could be so cool. Because we activate all the damn time. This is like a constant thing that we're always doing. I hope this doesn't like get in the way. I hope this doesn't. It's not a problem that this is placed in front of it, and we probably wouldn't place that there. We'd probably place it here to charge up the pure white core. Any unit activate. What's it? When any unit activates, it does not have to be close. Apply force strength. Yeah, that seems like what we should be doing here. Some one fuel to apply. Yeah, man, what I would give for one more weight. What I would give for one more weight class. I mean, I guess we could get rid of the gentle tap, but the gentle tap has really been good for us. This could be extraordinary. This could really, really be extraordinary. So I feel implored to hang on to this one. Man, that fuel amplifier is very good too. Very good too. But of course, that is limited uses. Limited uses per attack, per combat. Excuse me, per combat encounter. Whereas I don't know if this one has any limitations. Oh, that's pretty strong. It's pretty powerful. Let's yeah, made the deal. Yes, we're good there. Out of vacation days, obviously. Yeah, let's fucking roll. So we have the evil Millennium Falcons, the Thornmail, piloted by Jin. Encountered a major downsizing in the Bounty Hunter Association. He knows everything about the hunters and their fondness for their ships. He modified a ship that would give all hunters a hard time, he says. What is the hard time? So if he loses the showdown, they deal 2 damage to me, which is annoying. That explains the thorns. That explains the thorns. So that I suppose is accurate. Yeah. Means we gotta kill him fast. Kill him quick. High damage. I mean, it's always what you want to do, obviously. So considering this, so all right. So let's test this right now. So right now the strength, it just talks about 2. Right now it has 0 on it. Kinetic transmit 4. So that means, oh baby, a 1 becomes a 9. This is stupid. And now the number go burr. Now the number gets funny. That's how this goes. That's how this goes. Oddly enough, this is a sacrilege, but I feel like I should not charge up the 1 on the gentle tap device because of this guy. Gain 2 extra strength when you load a 1 on there. Not exactly sure where I'm gonna put it, but I think I should keep the 1 as it is because the 1 is gonna be a 3 right now. If I charge it up to a 2, then it's just a 2. Although if it is a 2, I can load it up to this guy and you get the bonus. You get the bonus, which is kind of nice. Alternatively, I could put those 2 there. And that would still give me the bonus 2. Yeah, the good news is, I mean, yeah, that's hilarious. That's just hilarious. I did get rid of the give me a free card when I used the last orange on a turn weapon. I did de-equip that one. De-equip that one. Yeah, I'm also thinking more about that paracore. The problem is it's the difference of 2 strength, which is the same bonus we get with 1s anyway. So I think to that point, the most efficient way to do this Just to load up these two here. So I think that's the way to do it there. Do a 3 and a 2 up there, and then just a 4 here. Yeah. Probably the way to do it. Yeah. He's doing a nice bit of damage across the board. Don't get that bonus anymore, unfortunately. That bonus card. But we're, of course, going to do a little bit of damage. We're going to win the showdown. Is this already factored into the damage? It is not. Okay, so I'm gonna... I wonder if that goes after the beams or if it contributes to the beams. Because if so, this will get blocked just fine, but this one will not. Let's find out. I think it was after. It was after the beam. No, or rather, it was during the beam. It was during the beams, yeah. Because, yeah, we only took the 2 damage. And I was already missing 1 HP from earlier. They're gonna do a fierce attack next round. Okay. So just be mindful of that. So which means I might want to, like, do a dodge, maybe? And use not all of my cards. So if I dodge, say downwards, I guess, or upwards. Of course, this one does have the 7 strength ready to roll. We could pretty easily beat that one. I mean, really, do I need a dodge? I feel like I probably should. And we have so much fuel. We have so much fuel. Might as well use it. If I dodge downwards, it means we're putting the middle one in the row of this 8, which I think we can handle. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, that's not true. That's not true. We put this one in the lane in the middle. We put the middle one in the row of this one in the bottom, which I think we can handle that. Yeah, I would feel better about that versus going up, and having the paracore take down something. So let's do that. No reason to not juice this up. No reason to not juice. Yeah, I mean, okay. I've seen the. There was an opportunity maybe for the paracore. Yeah, I think it would be nice to save some of these cards for the next round, because the next round might get hairy. Only one of those spikies is going to reach us this round, so we need to consider like an extra 2 on top if possible. That shouldn't be an issue. In fact, what I'm tempted to do... And I'm tempted to just tank that hit, because that 7 is so delicious. It's so delicious. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, at the same time, we actually have a capability to do quite a lot of damage here. So maybe I should just full tilt it and just hope for the best for the next round. I put that 1 there. Pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. Like that guy there, yeah. I'm almost regretting moving. I'm almost regretting moving, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. Let's do the obvious one. There's really no other particular synergies to like really be concerned about otherwise. We have the 2 spikies coming in on this one. This is just 2, so we need to put something on there. That's more than enough, obviously. I'll put a little bit more down there and a little bit more up here. It's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. It's not quite enough to kill, but it felt a lot better if I could like guarantee the kill. Oh, I paralyzed him though. Never mind, we do have the kill. Yeah. No, I mean, by that point, it's just like, yeah, this is all. At that point, it's a how big dickish can I make the numbers? To just look at that. If I could have had that the first round. Oh, but wait, hold on. But we're not breaking a shield. Okay, so that's still considered a showdown. Even though he's not doing anything this round, it's still considered a showdown, and the spikes will still proc. Even if I don't attack that lane, though, that's interesting. Yeah, I still took the 2 damage. Okay. Well, that's a little bit surprising. I wouldn't... Would you call it a showdown if one side isn't even attacking? Doesn't feel like a showdown to me. It just sounds like a beatdown, but fine. I'm gonna split hairs about it. We have the upgraded version of this one, which is very, very good. Bronze core. Can be upgraded 4 times. Have 2 power. Have 2 power. Does it mean like it just has always 2 power on top of whatever you feed into it? Because these of course have nothing. Be upgraded 4 times. Oh, so okay, so I guess that's the idea. So it goes from bronze to silver. On the bottom right, it shows the silver core. It goes from bronze to silver, from silver to gold, probably from gold to platinum. Okay, so that's kind of cool. One of the key features is its upgradability. But here, once again, I don't have the weight capacity for any of these things. That being said, yeah, maybe I switch that out. Maybe I switch those guys out. Because this one, you get a +2 when there's pairs. When there's an identical pair. Whereas if I'm understanding this correctly, this always has a +2. Now the difference is that this has 2 slots, whereas this only has 1. But we have a lot of other slots up here, so it's probably okay. Probably okay. If we could, I would upgrade it if I could. Yeah, I'm gonna grab those 2. By the way, we have an upgrade opportunity. Not yet. We have a white energy source. Oh no, there's an upgrade. There's an upgrade. We could do both. We could get an energy source and an upgrade. I don't know if I want to like go ham on overloading the deck though. We have right now we have 3 whites, 2 blues, and 2 oranges. I think that's a good smattering. I mean, this thing does great with lots of whites, obviously. But given that we're only drawing 3 per round, plus the 1 that we're generating, I'm not sure it's wise to overload things, to muddy the waters necessarily. If I could increase my draw amount, if I could draw more cards per round, then I'd feel a little bit more confident. I think no matter what, let's look at the upgrade situation. So 1 common unit, or spend some money to upgrade a rare one, or lose 12 and upgrade 2 things. Am I limited on what I'm upgrading? Because this would be an obvious upgrade, and well, I mean, on a lot of these are pretty alluring. This one would be delicious, obviously. That'd be pretty cool. This one's already upgraded. That one is cool, but man, these synergize so well together. I feel like I want to keep that where it is. That one's pretty cool too. In all fairness, that one's pretty cool too. To the idea of upgrading it. The tri-power is still 3, of course, but 9 strength instead of 7. Only 2. That's not quite as hilarious as I was hoping it would be. And I'll upgrade that one. Yes, I might go for these 2. That turns that into a 2 slaughter. It's pretty cool. Yeah, if I were to go for these 2 options. Or to go for those 2 options. They're both common. Yeah, I don't think I would upgrade that one. This one is cool. This becomes like more versatile. That one could be upgraded more. Activate. Okay, so I think the activation is cheaper, or not cheaper, but quicker. It's a shorter cooldown. Yeah, that one, I like the idea behind that one. But if not for the whistling arrow, well, not even the whistling arrow, if not just for the pure white core. Tutorial button to learn more, or for a refresher rather. Yeah, go with this one. I think we're gonna say these two. We're gonna say those two to upgrade. And it was silver. Turn this one to a pure white plus. That one goes with a little bit more damage on the tri-power, which is cool. That one's tempting. That one's tempting because that gives us the ability to upgrade a plain white, which would amount to a +1. I guess that's the thing. It's a +1 all the same. So it wouldn't. Maybe that would make more sense for like the pairing weapon. I think we stick with these. I think we stick with those. I think that's how it works. Brand new package. Right, there we go. Silver, the pure white plus. Good stuff. Good stuff. That is quite tasty. That is quite tasty. And if I want, I could do the energy resource. I guess I could look. I guess I could look at the energy resources. Upgrade all 2s to 3s. In a weird way, I do want to keep the 1s. I do want to keep the 1s for sure. Oh my god, RTX 9090 GPU? Of course. I didn't even notice that at first. That's fun. All 4s being 5s. I mean, bigger number go not only bigger number go burr, but also there's more of them. We have the most 4s than anything. So this would mean all of our 4s become 5. So our number loadouts looks like 1, 2, 3, and then all 5s from there on out. To me, it seems like an absolute win. 10,000 watt power. Yeah, there we go. GPU. I'm sure it makes this thing sound like it's taken off into space, which is where we're going next to fight this elite gravity-fueled fella named Levant. Manipulate gravity on a planet from the lost civilization. But now he's insane in the membrane. And insane in the brain. He has the moving punishment thing. Gravity field up. On load, move the enemy upwards. Oh boy. So he can move us around. And presumably when he's moving us around, he's charging himself up. So that's a little scary. Does that make me want to consider anything? Anything differently? Anything, I guess I'm less inclined to use the fuel amplifier. The idea that I'm gonna want to use my fuel for utility purposes and not for combat purposes. Got a lot of health. He moved me up. I could go up to avoid the 7. It does make the 7 more scary. That 10 is a little scary no matter how we cut it. We're in a pretty good position to deal with the 10 though. Not just because of this thing. That's pretty cool. I don't have to worry, I don't think at all, about like matching numbers beyond the 1s. Yeah, I guess 1s specifically, because 1s have a +2 built in. I'll get those going. Oh, like that kind of shit right there just illustrates how powerful 1s are just on their own. Yeah, 4 power. So all these have 4 to them. That's pretty extraordinary. That's pretty sweet. Well, the way I see it is these. Yeah, the white should always go there for sure. I'm like trying to be conscious of if there's other things I need to be like worried about. Unload, move the enemy upwards. Like I think that means like when the next round loads, or maybe it's in the initial combat load. These numbers are pretty tasty. They're pretty tasty numbers to hit him with. 14 damage right from the get-go. 3 damage to his durability. I'm almost like I'm nervous because I'm like, what am I not considering? I feel like I'm okay. Yeah, they're moving us around quite a bit. Yeah, like and they're charging themselves up, of course. That's a big one. But I'm almost like, man, this is our capabilities are pretty powerful here. So I'm almost like, what? Is it too good to be true? What am I missing? What am I not considering? So he moved me down again. We could move of our own volition, but if we can stay put, it's probably for the best. As the more we move around, the more scary this guy becomes. If I can interrupt his strength gathering, we might be able to kill him, not this round, but maybe the next round. Maybe. Juice ourselves up, of course. I would have upgraded this thing. We could have juiced up one of these things too, of course. So... we could activate the tri-power there. Even just a singular one will be enough to block that guy. And this one, of course, can handle all of this. So, yeah, the good news is this should all work out pretty darn well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's do exactly what we were looking at. Let's go ahead and place that one there. That one there, and then these two go up here. Delicious amounts of damage. Delicious amount of it. So it's not going to be enough to kill him right now. But it's going to stun him. And then once he's stunned, I think the next round is ours for the taking. We have a very, very good build going. He's still moving me around against my wishes. I think by this point, yeah, we've got it unlocked. I don't think there's really any way we can't win this one. I think I'd rather put these down here. Yeah, this man is donezo. This man is like at 31 damage. A wower. Wowie zowie. Amazing. Good build. It's a really good build we've got. Coins, a fuel. We actually didn't use any fuel ourselves. He was moving us around for us. Shit weight limit goes up. Beautiful. And a treasure. Your attack unit loads the last energy in hand. Apply 5 strength. An orange star. Gain an orange energy. And remove a white. Well, here's the thing. I kind of like my white ones. Which is weird, but it's true. Now, under normal circumstances, this is probably extremely good, but in a weird, fucked up way, I kind of want to keep whites we have present right now. It's bizarre. It's bizarre, but the white ones are to be kept. An attack unit loads the last energy in hand. Apply 5 strength. That seems really good because that happens all the damn time. Look at modifications. We could look at upgrades again. Star coins are not overly gigantic right now. Gonna put the fuel amplifier on. If I wanted to, we could overcharge the fuel and use that to do extra, to charge up more damage. Charge up 4 more damage. There's a temptation to do the consecution instead. There is the temptation. Because, you know, to generate more cards, that part is enticing. I think there are instances where that could really be special. But I do that instead of the fuel amplifier. It consumes a fuel and, of course, only increases damage by 1 to all attack units. The thing is, I was thinking it was going to be only for that 1 turn. I don't think it is. I think it's for the remainder of the encounter. Now, there is the cooldown of 1 means it's an extra round in between. So there is that aspect of it. But yeah, there's no mention that says it only applies for a single turn. So yeah, maybe. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, yeah. Let's try it. Let's try and see. Wish I had more. My card deck is starting to get full here. Only have so many more spaces remaining. But yeah, I want to see how that works in the field, and then kind of make the call. What else we got here? So, lots of unknown options. We have upgrades again. I wouldn't complain. I mean, this one can be upgraded again. We know that much. It's a common upgrade too, for that matter. Modification. I'm curious about modification. What was our last? Remember what modification did for us last time? I think it modified. Let's see. Will it say? Will it say what it does? I check the tutorial. I can't remember what modification did when we claimed it last time. Measure. Upgrade preview. Yeah, that's all well and good. I can't remember what modifications typically entail. Best I can figure is changes to their energy resources. Is there any, like, did we change any of this? Any of the stuff on our units? Yeah. Shield. That might be to, like, upgrade our shield. Let's do this. Let's look at the upgrades. 90% chance. A pretty good chance. Humans and oh, okay, so I think mech does not mean mechanic. It means like mechanized, like android, basically. So humans and androids are in a heated debate about their beliefs. They want to use me as proof of the miracles their faith could bring. So do I spend 4 coins or do I take the chance? Let's spend 4 coins. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This cannot be upgraded further, nor can that one. This one could be. That one could be, but I don't think I want to. Yeah. I feel like that's the obvious choice here. Crafty and money-minded. There you go. We got it. We could do another upgrade. We can bring that to maybe a platinum, maybe 11 power with 4 slots and only a weight of 1. By that point, it starts to overshadow the pure white core, so I would probably switch them and juice this one up even more with a kinetic transmitter. My God, it just explodes. I feel like I should just go for that one. I mean, the shield thing is tempting, but yeah, more upgrades. Do I randomly want... Oh, do I randomly upgrade one? If I randomly upgrade an attack one, it's going to be one of these 3. Well, it can't be that one, because that one can't be upgraded more. This one, it wouldn't hurt. It's only going to help. The support units, that one would be a nice upgrade. This one would be cool. This one I would not want. In a weird way. So, I would say, yeah, randomly upgrade one attack one, please. Oh, it can upgrade down here. Okay, I mean, sure. Or it wasn't quite as nice as I was hoping, but I'm not gonna say no. So now maybe it's an opportunity. It would mean an easier generation option. It would mean an easier generation option. Yeah. I think I would be more inclined to put about this. How do I want to do that? How do I want to do that? This one being in the middle makes plenty of sense. Secretly hoping. I'm a little bit disappointed that one didn't get upgraded, honestly. Having this is like, it's almost like a utility attack. Like, on its own, it's not that cool, but there are times where it could really be helpful. So it's definitely not like a main attraction kind of weapon. So I guess we'll just put it there for now. As it is an attack unit, it does do damage on its own. Yeah. I think this one is able to cover, is able to carry enough weight on its own. We'll have those two be on that regard. I was thinking originally I might put this one behind the external fuel tank, or switch places with them. That is, but yeah, this one is still pretty limited in what it's able to pull. And I could get rid of it entirely and just switch out for the fuel amplifier. But now this is upgraded, it's more capable. I feel better by using that one. So let's try that one in the field. By the way, it's a boss battle. Once again, transition named Cabby. Space Racing Group. But also a space pirate. Okay, so what's their deal? They have a legendary conversion device. After 2 turns, switch to the conversion core. I'm sorry, switch the core to accumulation state. That's what this thing does. So every 2 turns, this will presumably toggle. Hibernate under accumulation and gain 1 power per. Okay, so it just, so when you're hibernating, you're juicing up. Okay. So you just get stronger over time. Okay. The tricky thing, though, this is just an individual attack unit, and I don't know if we know how many there are going to be of these things. So that's something to consider here. Is that when that state is entered, all of these units gain that power upgrade. So this is a pretty wide-looking ship. There could be a lot of them included. There are 3 of them. That's pretty spicy. That's pretty spicy, and there's some pretty scary numbers coming at us. That would obliterate us right now on its own. That's scary. But look at that. That would allow us to hobble through with 4 damage enough. Obvious thing, of course, is to upgrade this guy. Get it to a 3. Can we get those numbers to a less scary looking position? We can get the 2 1s would get us covered down here, no problem. That's good. A single 3 gets us covered up there, and problem, of course. Well, actually, no. We could actually do that last, and we would get a 5 at the end of that, which is pretty tempting, pretty tantalizing. I think that's probably good then. So I'll save that 3. We said we were gonna do 2 1s down here. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. 2 1s down there. 3 there is plenty. A 5 up here is good. And then a 3 here is more than enough. And then we get a bonus 5 to blast somewhere else. Doesn't really matter where we put it, I don't think. Except I'm full of shit. Why does that go 10? This is not a white energy. Why does that go to 10? That should be just 5, not 10. Originally, I was thinking I was going to put it here. Huh. This is just a single 5. Oh, it's this guy. It's that guy. That's why. That's why. Is this the last in our hand? Apply 5 strength. Like, man, those some impressive numbers. So for all of these, it adds 10. I was thinking the... Oh, right. It's not per card. It's just a flat 7. Okay. So, yeah. So that one's cool. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. It's the same amount of damage. I'm going to go ahead and apply it here so we're able to juice up the sexy like big laser gun. To be good damage. He has 86 health. This is gonna be a longer fight for sure. He's gonna toggle this conversion device after a bit, which is gonna juice up these guys even more. I'm glad we're doing damage. Glad we're doing damage. We're gonna have a whole lot more where that came from. Now he is gonna be stunnable. That's gonna help for sure. Tempted to leave the one as it is. I'm tempted to leave the one. I will juice this one up though. I leave the one as is, it becomes a 3, whereas if I juice it up, it becomes a 2. So yeah, that's kind of an obvious one. I might have to dodge up or down. Yeah, I might have to dodge somewhere to avoid one of these 15s. I would probably be more capable in handling a 15 down here. It's a 6 and 8. Yes, that would be just about enough. The problem is if I dodge up or down, well, if I dodge up, I'm putting my trust in the middle. Middle's pretty strong. Okay, never mind. Middle can handle it. So if I dodge up, I think that's the key. I feel like I need to. I'm nervous since I scooted it up last time, or not last time, but at the very beginning I scooted up. So I'm trying to like really be careful about these kinds of motions. We got the Dudson raid, by the way. Dudson, thank you for that raid, my man. I'm sure you've probably heard about this game. This game is on Dare Drop. That's how we got the key for this one. If you've played it, you might recognize about where we're at. We're in the 2-star hunter status right now, so we're really in the middle of a standard run right now, and this game is good. It is a enjoyable challenge, and I'm definitely getting challenged, but I'm having a fun time with it. And thank you for that raid. That's very nice of you, my man. It's good to see you. Let's shift up, because I've got some pretty juicy weapons down here, but those 15s are kind of scary. I'll take, you know, 1 15 and a 4 and a 9 over 2 15s any day of the week. We're playing some Core Keeper. Very nice, man. Very nice. And of course, Core Keeper is, if it's the game. Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of the other one, Cobalt something. I'm thinking of Cobalt something, which I was thinking that's like, oh yeah, another spaceship game. So kind of different. But no, Core Keeper. That game looks awesome. I do know of that one. That game looks really cool. Yeah, Cobalt Core. Yeah, I was thinking that I saw the word core and I latched onto it. But no, this one is good. This game is very good. The systems take a little bit to get the hang of, and there's a lot of like, you read something and then you play the card or you roll the action and then you go, wait, why did that work this certain way? And then you reread the thing and you go, oh fuck, I didn't think about that. Like there's moments where it pays to pay attention. You definitely want to be very cognizant of like the cards you're using, and there's a lot of moments where there's no take backsies, like the move I just did where we just shifted up. You can't shift back down in the same round. It's only once per turn. There's no take backsies. There is an emergency get me the fuck out option if things really do become helpless, but yeah, like once you load up energy onto a weapon, it is there and it cannot be unloaded. So this game is very good, but it's tough. It is tough, but I would say it's pretty fair. And of course, Dudson, thank you for that raid. And as always, if you had any clips you wanted to share, you know how this works. You know I always love to ask anything fun you'd like to share with us. Appreciate you raiding. That's super cool of you. You're a cool dude. You're a cool duder. And I'm looking at my options for this one. I'll save the 6 and do that one last if I can help it. If I can plug that one on there, we'll get a free card at the end. So and I'm sitting on this one. I'm sitting on that 2/3 juiced up beam core. Just a single beam core there. Application would cause a lot of damage. So we're pretty much reserving this one for up here when the time comes. But in the meantime, can I deal with this one? Pretty sure the answer is a resounding yes. The answer is a very confident and resounding yes. The nice thing is that white entries do exceptionally well down here. Unfortunately, we will be a little bit short. I think we're going to be getting a 2 out of this one. We will be a little bit short if I put this one here, for instance. Or yeah, so if I put that there and then I put this one and this one here. Actually, no, never mind. I'm full of shit. We would have just enough. We would have just enough. Let's do that. The fiver. One, and then the one that gets us to just enough. Put this one up here. The reason I waited and did that for last is because when you load an entry onto this particular weapon as the last in your hand, it generates 1 additional energy. Give me an extra. Gives me a 2er. And this, of course, gives it an additional +5 as that cool little ability we got, that treasure from last time. Doesn't really matter which one. We're blocking all this damage, so it becomes a 7 on all of these. But if I apply this here, it activates the tri-power, which would be delicious. Big, delicious, and tasty damage. That is absolutely what this is going to be. So we're going to go and roll that. 22 damage in 1 round. Not bad. Not bad at all. 21, yeah, 22 total. And he's 1 more round away from getting stunned, which will be nice. We're not killing him this round, and we're not killing him next round, but we're I think doing all right. It'll be a while before he converts again, by the way. Oh, never mind. No, it's 20 showdown damage. Never mind. So he will indeed switch back pretty soon. These are charging up. Oh, no, they're in hibernation mode right now. Okay. So actually, this isn't too bad, but once he switches over again, then these will continue to charge up. Actually, it might have reset because I see it says the little power 1 thing. So maybe when they enter hibernation mode, maybe they reset. But thank you again, Dudson. Thank you for that raid, my man. You're too generous. Like I said, if you or any of your lurkers, any of your viewers had any clips you wanted to share, you're welcome to do so. No worries, though. I know it is getting late. But thank you, my man. I appreciate your rating, and I also appreciate how you're a more responsible lad than myself. You're more responsible than I am with the fact that you are more disciplined with your sleep schedule. I envy that. I envy that. I really do. I envy being a upstanding member of society. It must be nice. Must be nice to be a well-adjusted person. Must be nice. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much. In my excitement, I'm not sure if I powered up everything last time. I think, you know what? I think I did, because I think I had memory of avoiding upgrading a 1. I think I held off on that one at least. So yes, this one should be a little bit easier. That's more than enough, obviously. That's more than enough. And the one up here, yeah, we'll have plenty. In fact, I might even do a 4 and a 6 on this guy. Although, you know what? I should be charging this. I should be charging this one up. I should be juicing that one up. You might as well. So, to that end. Yeah, it's like I feel the need to like double check my work, but it's the same numbers every which way. We'll do 4 there, and then a 6 there. Generates 1 more. No matter which one I place this on. I mean, if I place it here, it contributes towards charging this thing up, which is pretty cool. Which we definitely want. Same kind of thing. This goes from a 1 to a 7, which is pretty generous. That's incorrect. It's actually more. Wait, did I math that wrong? Oh, to an 8. An 8 there, but it's a... Okay, yeah. Okay, no, that's the disconnect. It's 8. Okay, all right. So yeah, it doesn't really matter which one. It'll make this one look cooler. It'll make this one look cooler, and maybe do more damage to the durability. We spread it across the board like that. And now he's paralyzed for the round. We might be able to kill him this round. We might be able to finish his ass. Finish him. Might be able to finish his ass this round. Yeah, not sure if I have to like really like scrutinize this one. This man is dead. Man is a dead lad walking. Charge those things up. Give me another one for fun. I mean, this man is getting fucking obliterated. So, get the fuck out of here. See you later. Yeah, there you go. He says, "Don't touch my ship. I got bad news for your ship, bro. It's been vaporized." That was the boss. Not Bruce Springsteen, but the boss for the region. Rubbing Core. Who up right now? Who up Rubbing Decor right now? Who up Rubbing Decor RN? When energy is generated during your turn, load 1 copy. An attack unit. Or Triangular Core. Triangular Core gain +4. It's got the tri-power thing, right? In +4 on the tri-power. Which I think means it keeps it. It keeps the, well, for that encounter, it keeps the 4 power. So if you're using this weapon a lot for like longer fights, that could be really cool. This one is intriguing to me. It's orange only. Orange only. When energy is generated during your turn, load 1 copy. Load 1 copy of what? Of the energy? Probably of the energy that was generated during the turn. But this is an attack unit. When it's generated during your turn, load 1 copy. It's an attack unit. So what does the attack play into it? Maybe the idea is, yeah, if you use the weapon on that turn, you're not generating. Your weapons don't generate energy. They typically they spend energy. This one generates energy. That's a weapon that generates energy. So I'm a little bit. It's. I would expect that kind of text, that kind of quality, to be applied to a to a supplemental, to like a support unit, not an attack unit. So it almost seems disconnected. It almost seems like this is a weapon, it does this thing, but also if this guy over here generates something, here you go, you get a copy of it. So that's pretty cool. I'll grab it. I'll grab it. Of course, I'm maxed out on weight, and I don't have a lot of capacity to spare. I was about to say I don't use my beam core very much, but you know what? I think I do use my beam core quite a bit. It usually procs once per encounter. Ooh, wow. Some good options here. At least I think they're good because they're orange, and orange is good in games like this. That's the legendary moniker. Degrade the colors of every support unit slot. Which is to say, these all get easier to use. And when I say these, I really just mean this one. This one gets easier to use. Loading slot, degrade its color. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And that's not going to really hurt anything. This one would only be helpful for this one unit. And it's a good one. It's a good one. And it stays for the whole fight. Whereas this could make this one better and this one better. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do that one, because yeah, that one will make both of these more usable as time goes on. If I were to apply this one to the ship, it would make that one more usable as time goes on. Yeah. Store and repair. It's like fancy repair and fancy upgrade. Oh baby. Oh baby. Yeah. And it gets upgraded. One of the weapon slots is a lot more usable. I guess what I'm just unsure about is, yeah, but what does this thing do? Like, as a weapon, what does this thing do? It seems like just a basic weapon. What I guess is unclear to me is whether or not you have to utilize this weapon at all to get that energy copy to proc. Is it that you use this weapon and also this other thing over here generates energy? Then you get that payoff. That's what I'm wondering. I don't have an answer. I don't know, and I don't know of a way to find out until we jump into the field. The good news is we probably don't have to like find out in the immediate instance. A treasure would be cool. I could do both. I could do the fancy upgrade. I can do the fancy upgrade and do the unknown. I don't need the repair. We just got repaired. Yeah. The treasure is tantalizing for sure. The unknown is nice, but I'll take the fancy upgrade and then the basic treasure. Personality chip, he says. The soul of things. The soul of beings, he says. Creating units that match personality traits. Sounds pretty cool. So I could upgrade something with my steady personality. Upgrade a weak energy source and a basic core. So... Oh, I see what they mean. Right, right. The basic core I don't really give a shit about at all. The weak energy source, I think I want to keep where it is. I think I want to keep that one exactly where it is. For now, at least. Let's just do one upgrade. There's a 50% chance. Is there anything that I kind of want to upgrade? Where it's like, it would be nice. It would be a nice to have, but I don't need it. Like, this one would be a nice to have. This one would be really nice to have. That one would be kind of cool. I would maybe consider upgrading this one. Yeah. Or is there one that I really would like? I would really like this one. 11 power is pretty sexy. That's pretty tasty. That upgrade would be cool. This one would be nice. That one's already upgraded. That one would be interesting. That one could be kind of cool. Yeah, let's just take the one that we definitely want. That platinum core. Yeah, that's the one that I know I want for sure. Got that one. And then treasure. Glowing items. I take 2 damage. But I'd find a treasure. And if I fail, I could take, I guess, 2 more damage and try again? If I had a really cool way to repair, and I think I did have a cool way to repair, but I spent too much time on that upgrade station, yeah. So I think I'll play it safe. I'll play it safe. Do I want to mess with this at all? It's befuddling. This one is befuddling to me. I would need to remove something, no matter how I slice it. And there's really nothing that I really feel comfortable removing. And the only thing that generates energy is this one. And that's the only one that's the one I would like maybe consider removing. So I think I'll leave this the way it is right now. My 3-star fella? Yes, I am, baby. Arca, Jin, Levant, and Cabby are out of here. Promotion! Was good. Now we're in Scary Zone, up against Queen. Well, no, Auntie, piloting the Queen. Stylish space pirate, and understanding of fashion is about being unique. Unlike wearing the same clothes, eating the same food, or shitting in the same toilet. It's got to be a different toilet every single time. Her toilet, or her ship's bathroom budget is out of this goddamn world. It's got the crown here, the Queen's crown. Whenever the enemy loads energy of the same point, remove the corresponding energy from this unit. So when I load energy of the same point, remove the energy from that unit. Doesn't that seem like that would be bad for her? Like, removing energy, isn't that bad for them? Like, isn't that good for me and bad for them? Like, why would you have that? It's a rare weapon. When I load energy at the same point, so presuming to say either 2 2s, or say if she has a 2 on this one, I put a 2 on one of mine. Remove the energy from this unit, yeah. How does that help them? It seems like it only helps me, honestly. Like it would hurt her. Let's jump in, but that's a little bit befuddling. We'll have to kind of see how that works. Some scary numbers. Powerful attack next turn. It's already pretty powerful. It's got 4, 5, and 6 on both, and 2 8s in this one. Eesh. That's definitely up there for sure. Definitely up there for sure. So, what can I work with as of right now? This one can throw down with anything right from the get-go. I think I will not upgrade anything, by the way, because we want to keep the 1s. Or to put 1 here, by the way, like that is more than enough to overpower it, so that's good. Yeah, that's gonna have to be, yeah, so we'll be able to use that one last, which is good. So yeah, so we'll have to be a little bit creative with the one up here. This one down here, I'm not quite as worried about. We could move. We could move. We could fly up and avoid either of the 15s. So I have what it takes to deal with the 15 as it is right now. So, literally any of these can handle the middle lane. So the middle lane is of no concern, and I think we'll be able to deal with the top lane because we'll be getting a 5. So we're going to be fine in the top lane. The bottom lane is the main concern. So we'll assume I'm going to use this 5 and then the other 5 later. So if I apply a 5 here, we have 15 coming in hot. So if I apply a 5 there and a 6, 11, then a 1. So that would be enough. That would be enough. I think we stay put because this allows us to do more damage. Apply the damage the durability, that kind of thing. Maybe save some fuel for some scary attacks later on. I think we'll stay put. We'll go ahead and apply the 5 there. Apply the 1 there. That'll block that out entirely. 2 with the 3. Now we're doing 1 against them. Go ahead and put the 1 here. Blam. Procs this thing into a 5. I cannot put that one there. I have to put it there, which is still plenty. 10, 10, and 10. So it doesn't really matter. If I put it up here, it's going to contribute towards... Oh, actually, even better. I'll juice it up and do a little bit more. A little bit more. So if I put it up here, it will start to... It'll help juicing up the beam core. Yeah. It's 11, right? We're doing 11? Yes, it's 11 each time. Cool. Alright, so it started off looking a little bit scary, but a pretty capable first round. Pretty capable first round. Almost that's almost half her health. That's awesome. So she's gonna have some really scary attacks coming this round. We knew this one was gonna be a scary one. We got this guy ready to roll at a moment's notice, which is good. One is charging up for the next round, or for this round even. That being said, 24 is a little bit scary. What I might do is move down. Even with our highest. Yeah, we're gonna be doing 12. Yeah, I think we'll need to move down. Just to make sure I'm using this one. That's the downside. But look at that, we only have the 1 gray this round, though. We could pull another white 1. But yeah, if we take this down, we'll dodge this one. We'll be able to, yeah. And we'd be, that's a nice thing too, would be putting this 24 up against this middle row, which is able to handle itself pretty well. Yeah, I think that's the call. I think that's the call. So we're dealing less damage this round. I think it's worth. I think it is worth. So, yeah, so nothing's going there. Let's go ahead and juice up. Yeah, no reason to not just do both of these, as far as I'm concerned. And then... we'll do that one last, of course. The nice thing, it doesn't really matter too much, the order. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that one last, yeah. That one there. 6 there, so we're breaking even. I want to go ahead and activate that. Get the tri-power to pop. Pop that one on, they give me an extra 5. And now we're doing more damage. It's not going to be quite as much. Actually, if I put it, yeah, if I put it there, I didn't even notice that. If we put it there, it'll be a little bit more durability damage. 10 no matter how you cut it, but... So we're spreading, yeah, we're spreading the love better. Spread the love a little bit better. Alright, good. So now this is going to be a normal round from her. Not quite as scary. And this round we're going to stun her. If we don't kill her this round, I think we're in good shape for the next one. And of course, look, because we got that cool palette skill, these things are getting a lot easier to use now, which is cool. So now we could, if we wanted to, upgrade a white entry, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to because the whites are both ones, and ones are strangely very powerful here. At least for the time being. I will upgrade 5 and a 2. I will do that for sure. So, look, ones are so good, dude. Inexplicable how good ones are, but they really are. It really do be amazing. I think I'll put the 2 1. Actually, yeah, speaking of ones, I think I'll put the 2 1s down there. Yeah. Those 2 down there. And you know what? No, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say I can put that up there. That'll still work. It'll be just enough too. Put that there. I just noticed that. So I put this here. Okay, yeah. Yeah. This confirms my suspicions then. This number's going down. When I place this in the middle, her attack goes down because she has a 6 on that entry. So any 3s that are placed lower her ability. So when I place this 3 up here, that's gonna go to nothing. Oh my goodness, yeah. So I guess maybe the idea with the Queen's Crown is that it's high damage, but there's a lot of like things that can lower its effectiveness in the battle. As to me, this seems like a really horrible negative to be given, but maybe that's the idea, is that it's like it's really powerful, except, and the caveat they throw at you is kind of rough. Yeah, so I was gonna put the 6 there. I pop this there. Yeah, it looks like we're winning this fight, no matter how you cut it. So it matters not where we place this thing. I'll place it there. She is dead, so. He is completely dead, so break. He says, "Don't send me to space prison." Maybe what's happening in this game is whenever we win a battle, is the pilot isn't getting vaporized. We're not killing them. Maybe we're taking them prisoner because we're a bounty hunter, right? Maybe that's the whole idea. So it's because the previous guy, he was like, "Don't touch my ship." It's like, bro, your ship is getting turned to to space vapor. I got bad news for you, bro. We could get another beam core. We could get an extraction device. Generate 1 energy of degraded color. And 1 orange energy. 1 energy of degraded color. So, I guess the idea is, it's a slot of blue. Oh, it's been upgraded already. So it's a slot blue. So you put in a blue, you get back a gray and an orange. 1 energy of degraded color and 1 orange energy. That's my understanding. You would get the degraded color means blue, or I'm sorry, it means gray, because it's 1 tier down from blue. I think that's probably what it means. And once again, I don't exactly have room for this, but that is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Treasure, yeah, probably treasure. Treasure seems quite darn good. It's not usually going to be a free treasure, though. Thinking more about this one. Do I want to, like, remove the consecution, for instance? And load it with the last one. Generate 1 energy. And it's a weapon. Or is this just a support? Yeah, I would love to have both. I would love to have both, obviously. Gift +1. It's a blue, yeah. But I'd be willing to remove something. I do like that the cards that we get. Yeah, generate 1 energy. Oh, I think okay. I see it now. When they say 1 energy, they mean a single energy card. When they say 1 point energy, they mean a card of value 1 point. So this means, yeah, you draw something from the pile. You draw something from the pile, and then also get, like, create, basically, just a free 1 point orange card. Which could do really well here. Or here, for that matter, yeah. I think what I might do... Man, it's a shame I don't have room for all these things, but that's just the reality. Also, I haven't been using as much fuel. I'm a little bit concerned that the second I take this thing off, we're going to have a movement-heavy round. This is like an insurance option. This is to, like, help ensure we have a lot of mobility options. I feel like I'm flying a little bit close to the sun here, but if I get rid of that one and pop the extraction device on there, because I want both. I want to have all the above. And ones are so powerful, man. Yeah. Yeah, let's try. That gives us... It still gives us 5 fuel to work with. 8 fuel is pretty indulgent. So... This game does a very good job of giving you some very creative build opportunities. I'm really vibing with this. This is very, very good. Pay 9 and gain a rare legendary treasure. I'm sorry, rare or legendary. Yeah, rare or legendary. Yeah. We got the money. Extensive recharges, absolutely. Got a level 2 shield. In max shield? Sure. Sure, I'll take it. I've yet to visit one of the shield encounters. I'm guessing that is the same kind of idea, is that it would give you opportunities to increase your shield or something involving shield actions. So something that, yeah, just gives me up to a maximum of 7 is a welcome sight. Although we haven't had a round in a while where I've taken much damage. In game, I feel like I've taken more damage outside of the combat encounters. So Riven is piloting the Leapfrog. Leapfrog, not the most scary sounding kind of bad guy. This unstable combat power. Leaping between strong and weak. And beat anyone but lose anyone. So it sounds like a pretty wild one. And this looks like a pretty wild one. So it has 2 power right from the get-go. And if it loses the showdown, if being the foremost unit in the same lane, apply double its power to 1 random attack unit, then destroy itself. This is one where I feel like I have to read this a couple times. One of the criticisms I heard of this game is that some of the wording is a little bit at times hard to digest. It might be a situation where the developers might not be English as their first language, which is perfectly fine. So let's think about this. So when the bad guy loses the showdown, which will happen if we do our jobs right, first part throws me. If being the foremost unit in the same lane, I guess that part will only come into play. Will only become known when we see the ship's configuration. But the answer is probably. It probably will be configured that way. Like double its power to 1 random attack unit. But then destroy itself. Will it build more of them? Or maybe it has like 1,000 of these things? Very strange, but let's see. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, yeah, they've got 1 billion of these things. Okay. It's a Frogger laser. It's a Frogger laser, yeah. So this will apply random double damage to random other units. Will they like move up? Yeah, I guess they won't move up necessarily. Yeah, this is very strange. It's very strange. I'll give them that. Right, and we can load something onto here. I'm not going to upgrade the 1s, but I will upgrade the 5s. I load this one. 1 energy of degraded color and an orange. Which I think means... Yes, it gives you the preview, which is very helpful. It gives me a 6 white and a 1. A 1 orange. That's awesome. That's very, very good. And because we used it, thanks to this palette cleanser, or palette applier rather, now we can use this with white items as well. White energies. Yeah. This build feels this build feels exceptional. I feel like very capable with this kind of build. And I'm trying my best to play, to play it smart, but it feels good. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. Not gonna mess with the ones for the time being, at least. Like I'm usually having to play so methodical here, but there's so much to work with here. It's kind of nice. Might put the 6 up there. 6 up there. Put 2 there. Yeah, like that obviously doesn't really matter. 3 there. Yeah, that'll have to be done last, no matter how we cut it. Or I put 1 here. Doesn't really matter where it goes. Yeah. I'll put 1 there. Put 1 there. And then put that one up. Give me a 5. Could be some good damage. Can I get a 4? I don't think it's possible to do more than 3 durability damage in a single round. I guess that's not quite possible. Oh, I never upgraded this one, did I? Fuck it, give me a 6. Why the hell not? Why not, man? Why not? Becomes an 11, right? Yeah. Alright, so by that point, it's just a question of, is there any downside to which lane we're attacking? Will that have any bearing? I don't think it will. I think if I have to make a choice, I'll say, let's charge up the beam core so next time we can get the big shot. So, there was over half of his health in a single round. These things get exploded and they charge up their buddies. So that they get scarier, but I think we're feeling really confident here. I think we're feeling pretty good. So, if I pop this here, it can't degrade any further. It just gives me the same and also a 1. Really, I think we only... Well, for one thing, I should upgrade this one. No reason not to. Now, can I... Yeah, I can just make it a 7? I mean, sure. I don't think if there's any downside to making this a 7. Versus, spreading the love around, but I don't think it matters. No, I think it's fine. Yeah. Ridiculous. And if I wanted to, I could make it a white 7, which means it would be much more capable down here. All we need to do is make sure we put this 2 or something up here last. Also, the tri-power is going to proc, so which will be more than enough damage if we put something there. Yeah. I will do exactly that. Gives me the 1 as well. Yeah, so we got plenty of options to work with. Yo, what's up, shock value? I gotta make sure to leave time to charge up. Understandable. That's a man who's thinking ahead. That's a man who's thinking with strategy and tact. And what a difference that can make. What a difference that can make. Holy moly. I know all too well. More than I want to admit in a court of law. Put the 7 there. And then I'll put... really matter what I put. If anything, I'm tempted to put more white things down there. Yeah, we'll save... I think I'll save the 1 for up here, so we'll go ahead and start that off. What am I going to be getting? I'm going to be getting another 1. And of course, 1s are quite powerful. Can I just guarantee the kill here? Not quite. But generates a 5, never mind. Okay, okay, never mind. Yes, we are absolutely guaranteeing the kill. Never mind. Yeah. We are absolutely guaranteeing the kill. With a round like that, my god. We've kind of been steamrolling everything for a while now. This is a weird but enjoyable feeling where we're just kind of powering through it, man. Got the Star of David. Hexagram core on load gains strength equal to its slot count. Which is to say 2, right? 2 slots on load gains strength. I mean, I guess you could upgrade it. Yeah, that's exactly it. So you could upgrade it to have 3 slots. That's cool. Evolutionary core. Gain 1 strength, tri-power. Boost that effect by 1. Hold on. On load, gain 1 strength. Oh, but then when you get it 3 times, boost the effect by 1. So it's a fairly slow evolving weapon. Fairly slow evolving weapon, but it does gain more power over time. I'll be honest, they're both fine. These are both fine, but I'm so spoiled because the weapons we have right now are doing a really darn good job, honestly. So I suppose, gun to my head, I'd probably say this one. Points in the fuel. What's up, Red and Black? Good to see you, bud. Actually, I guess I don't have a dare drop command, but I do have, what I do have is a dares command. What I do have is that, which it occurs to me I should have put in the title. Make that abundantly clear. I guess in all fairness, I haven't done one of these dare drop streams in a while. Yeah, I'll update the title to reflect that. Yeah, because that does list out the dares that I've signed up for. I think I've only committed to 1 for this game. I think, but I'll definitely be signing up for more for sure. And of course, we'll be playing Lost Skies this Saturday with some friends, which I'm excited for. Yeah, that's an okay looking weapon for sure, but I think if there was any weapon I wanted to mess with, I would maybe want to try the rubbing core. Even though it still is a little bit odd as an attack weapon, or attack unit, it would make more sense as a support unit, personally. Go to the shop. I've got a decent number of coins. Unknown, modification, or alright, treasure, absolutely. Move a unit, get a treasure of the same... You know what? I was just saying how this rubbing core one befuddles me. I was just saying how this one intrigues me, but a treasure of that variety could be amazing. So I'm thinking we get rid of this one just because it's not a bad weapon. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me as a weapon. It makes more sense as a support entry. As a support unit. There's nothing about this as a weapon that I think is really like super interesting. So I think that as a legendary, I'd much rather use that to give me a less treasure. Gain 1 7-point energy resource. Cool. Yeah, I'll take it. Here's a 7. You'll take it. I guess that means... I guess it means like at the start of the match. At the start of a round, probably. I could try the modifications, or I could go to the shop. Can't remember what modification does. I legitimately cannot. Oh, okay, so it's just, yeah, switching out a couple things. Which I might not take any of these. Yeah. But no, it's a cool game, though. Yeah, it's a cool game. Lone Star, I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't do a lot of deck builders. I feel like I'm probably kind of boring when I play deck builders. I tend to be very, very deliberate, very slow, and methodical, which is probably kind of boring, honestly, from a streaming perspective. But I do enjoy them. I do enjoy them. And this game rewards that. I would say this game rewards being very careful about your choices, given that there's basically everything in combat, at least, is a no take backsies kind of approach, where once you apply the energy, you cannot remove it. Once you make a movement with your ship, once you move up or down with your ship, you cannot undo it. So there's a lot of like full commit, like a lot of full send. The highest graded slot, common unit one, yeah. So lots of degrading. But you know what? I think I understand what this means, though. Degrading of the slots. That's these things. So One rare unit, one common. Yeah, one. So I'm not in legendary mode. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe legendary mode means like it means like reaching the end game. What that means, maybe. I don't know if I'm in rare mode for that matter, but apparently I am. Oh, it's because the icon was blue. That's what it was. The icon was blue, so we're in rare mode. Yeah, the highest graded slot of one rare unit twice, which would be really this one or this. Well, no, there's no slots for that one. Yeah, it would be this one. Everything else is common. Or I could, yeah, just degrade the highest graded slot of one common unit 3 times, which actually might be more valuable, because I do use it with that one quite a bit. Yeah. Let's do this one. Let's do this one, and we get to choose, which is nice. Yeah, we get to choose. That takes that down to an orange. Or from an orange to a gray, which is nice. Go with that one. Cool. Good vacation. Link TP 5620. That sounds like a router name. Joint defense. Defense was nearly perfect until before he fell for a phone scam. Oh, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Lessons were learned, hopefully. Begin. Joint defense. Well, I probably should have read what his special stuff was. During showdown, lanes equipped with joint defense only take the lowest damage among all these lanes. Okay, so I guess the idea is that this lane will only take... So yeah, the lowest number being dealt will be applied to these 2 lanes. So you don't want to overload a ton of damage onto any one of these. You're overloading... If you're putting a lot of big scary numbers, you'd probably want to put a lot of big scary numbers in this one down here. What I want to know is, how do you get those 7... Oh, maybe they mean it's in... Oh, there it is. It's in our pool. That's what that one means. It's in our pool for future acquisition. Okay. So, I don't think there's really any downside doing this. And then into a blue 6, yeah. Or a gray 6 and a green and an orange 1. Sure, might as well. This is a couple new things to play with. I could upgrade the 1, but I'm not going to, because the 1s, in a weird sense, are actually a little bit better than 2s, because a 1 gets 2 extra points. That's how that works. Or just the way the upgrades kind of work out here. So, white entries do more damage down here. So, if I placed... Well, the first thing to look at is this. We have quite a bit coming in hot here. 18 is a little bit spicy. But even a 1 here is enough to match the freak. Well, okay, we come up a little bit shy, but a second 1 is pretty easy. Really, the 3 here would be actually the same. 3s and 1s are identical. Yeah, 1s are basically treated as 3s. So with 3, there would be plenty. The 12 up here, I'm a little bit concerned about. If I put the 6 up here, no other fancy bonuses yet. There'll be a 1 eventually, but that'll be for later. And of course, that becomes a 3, obviously. So maybe let's look at it from that perspective first. Let's load up a 6. And then even load up a 5. That way when we apply the orange, that'll have us squared away. Apply 3 here. And then probably the 1. Has to be a 2. We're still coming up a little bit short. Might have to take a little bit of damage here, and I don't want to undercut this one. Could dodge. We could dodge. Yeah, you know what? I might do exactly that. I might just dodge up. We don't have to worry about this 12 down here. Exactly that. Now the downside that if we dodge up, that we lose this guy, but what we've invested here goes away. Maybe, I don't know. What can we do here so we can get a 5? It's not bad. We'll be getting I think a 1? I think it draws randomly from the pool. I don't think it's from left to right. I think it's randomly. So it could be a 1 or a 5 or a 7. The one will be, this one here will be taken care of, so we're good there. If it's an orange, we'll be able to upgrade it. Be nice. So that'll be helpful. It really comes down to this guy down here. We need 4 to shore that up. Yeah. Apply that guy. Gives us a hot 7. That ensures after all of it's said and done, we take 1 damage. We take 1 damage, we deal 5, and we, of course, our shield can absorb it. Not too bad. This guy's a little bit hotter. This guy's a little bit hotter, a little bit juicier than the last couple things we were fighting. We were steamrolling everything, so it's been a minute since we've taken a shot that actually like managed to reach us. Also, Jet's good to see you, by the way, bud. Always a pleasure. If I go up and match him, I think the way it works is if I go up to match him, it means we're putting a little bit more pressure on the bottom entry to match the freak, to match their freak. But the good news is it gives us an opportunity to basically shoot unimpeded at the top entry, which should be pretty cool. Problem though is the joint defense thing. It makes that a lot less alluring. So no matter how you slice it, these are the things we have to deal with first and foremost. And this is the lane that's able to deal the most damage. So you know what? Yeah, I think we will stick with this. The good news is that the tri-power is ready to roll. That's gonna be pretty sweet. Be pretty smexy. We could still do an upgrade. I'll do that upgrade there. I'll say give me a 6 and a 1. Not that it really matters, but just give me another green one, basically. Or green. Why do I keep saying green? Another orange one. So I'm not going to bother with the bottom lane at all. That's more than enough, obviously. So the problem is that there's not a lot of benefit to overloading a fuck ton of damage on this guy. Because again, the joint defense means, like, lanes equipped with joint defense means they take the lowest damage among these lanes. And he's taking zero. Actually, yeah, that's. I wonder if that's how that works. He's taking 0 damage. Is that how that would work? Yes. Yes, it is. You can see that being played out already right here. I shouldn't have put that 6, or I should have put, like, the 5. Yeah. And it's... Can I get out of the pool? A lot of cool things. Yeah, so we'll still put something here. We'll still put something there. So what I should do is I should just load this guy up. Big damage down here. Put 1 up there. Just give me 1 more card and then load this guy up. I could have done the upgrade here instead, but no. The nice thing is that this is a lot of damage applied. So yeah, this isn't like super efficient. I could have gone down a little bit less. When did that get added to be a +10? To be honest, we have so many other upgrades going on. It's kind of hard to say, but yeah, we could have spread that out a little bit more. We could have probably done about 30 damage to this lane. Yeah, because that's really tricky. That's really tricky. Joint defense means if one lane's not taking damage, then none of these can be damaged ever. So that's very particular, but good to know. Good to know it works that way. Good damage, because that one's unprotected from the joint defense. Good damage. Get 2 17s. He has moved down, so it's only the joint defense round. If I move down to match him, which wouldn't be the worst idea in the world if I move down to match his freak. I would have, of course, the middle lane to be the one dealing with the 17. And the middle lane is the one that's most capable in that regard. I think we'd be okay. I'm going to go ahead and have an orange one to upgrade. I'll go ahead and get me a +8, sure. Do I want to make it a white 8? Sure. Not that really matters. Do another upgrade if I could, but... The question... Yeah, to me, the greater question is, can I match a 17 up here? I think we can get a 10 down there. Yeah, we can get a 10 down there, no problem. Actually, maybe I shouldn't look at that. That's kind of cheating, but we can get a 6 and a 1. Yeah. Yes, we can get a 10 down below, no problem. How hard is it to get a 17 up here? I can get an 8, and then this orange one, and the 2, of course. Yes, so no other upgrades, no other benefit. What would we be pulling? So we're pulling either a 1 or a 5. Maybe I should play it safe. Maybe I should play it safe. This is not going to be a very delicious round. That last round was pretty tasty. This one, not so much. That top guy getting a 17 is going to be tough. Yeah, if in this simulation, if I were to move down, be parallel with this guy. What is right now is 0. And if I put that 8 there, we're saying the 2, 1. No, the 1 and the 2, I think. No, it was the 1 and the 3. The 1 and the 3 are down here to deal with this guy. So these 2 are taken. All we have is the 10. And then whatever... Oh, well, and the 1, which becomes a 3. Whatever else we pull up. You know what? And we'll be pulling a 1. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. You know what? As I'm talking my way through it, I think we can handle it. I think we can handle it. Will I eat crow? It wouldn't be the first time, but let's see. Put that one there. One there. I do have to put this guy here to match the 17. Okay, so I had not considered that. I pop this. So we still get the 1. I upgraded it. It would become a 2, which is not nearly as good. Oh, but we get the +5 as the ember. So never mind. I never was worried in the slightest. But you know, after that's all said and done, we would instead of receiving 1 damage, we would deal nothing. We would deal nothing because this is breaking even. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and accept that 1 damage and do 10 damage to his ass. I'll take the little blemish on our armor, on our shield rather. It's fine. We can handle it. Doing a scary round next round. Well, let's not let him. Doing 10 across the bow, which is really not bad. We can do an upgrade and another upgrade. No reason why not. Downgrade that to a blue and get us another one. Beautiful. And beautiful even. At 7, it's just nice and cozy. I'll do that. And then really matter what we put here. We're gonna want to do a lot of damage down there. Or a lot of damage in both of these top areas. We're probably not killing in this round. We're definitely not stunning in this round. We could activate the tri-power though, which would be pretty sick. But for it to be worth a damn, we'd have to, yeah. Maybe I'll just do the same damn thing. Right, just do like a 1 here. We'll apply the 1 there as well. And I just load up with big dick damage down here. Again, it's like we're not doing very much. Oh, the problem though is I do need to deal with this. With this 6 coming in. So wasteful. Doing 18. We're gonna be putting a 6 up here. You know what? That actually does kind of work out. It does kind of work out because then I can put this here, and suddenly look at all that damage output. Suddenly, we're fucking obliterating him. Now he's dead. Look at that. That joint defense is a really annoying and effective support unit, but I like it. It's like FTL. Yeah, I mean, it looks like FTL visually. Visually, it looks like FTL. To me, it plays quite different from FTL. Now, this is from someone who's never played FTL, so obviously I don't know jack shit about it. But from what I've seen of FTL, I've watched people stream it. I've watched YouTube videos of it. FTL is obviously a tactical and strategy kind of game. But I don't know if it's like a turn. Well, I guess there are turns, aren't there? But yeah, this is like. Yeah, this is more of a deck builder. This is more of a deck builder. I don't think FTL has really deck building elements to it. I don't think, at least. My coinies and my 1 treasure. It is very good, though. It's a very good game, and I'm really enjoying it. Highly recommended. There's a dare drop campaign for anybody curious. In a battle, gain fuel if gain 1 fuel if you're at 0. When fuel reaches 0 in the battle, generate an orange. But okay, that's never gonna happen. But sure, I mean, I'll just take it. It's for free. It's for free. It's fine. We have additional weight capacity now, so now I could take one of these other fellers. Unfortunately, I did get rid of the one thing I was kind of considering. So I could have the nicer fuel reserves again, or I could have the fuel enhancement. I think the fuel enhancement, or the fuel amplifier. Sounds kind of nice. There's the modifiers, which are helpful. Oh, a fancy treasure or a fancy unit. I can't do both. Do I do fancy treasure? All right, let's do fancy treasure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not like deck of cards, although the energy resources are card shaped, kind of, sort of. But yeah, it's a roguelike deck builder of sorts. Roguelike deck builder is always an interesting genre definition because I don't know if there exists a deck builder that is not also a roguelike. I guess there probably is, like maybe, like would Hearthstone be considered a non-roguelike deck builder? Maybe it is. But that's like a traditional deck builder. That's like a Magic the Gathering style deck builder. Whereas this is more a deck light builder, deck builder light. Lone Star card players. There it is. There you go. Speaking of decks and cards. All right, so a lot of players or a lot of characters are willing to trade stuff. So we got some sweet ass treasures. So, more HP is always nice. Only 4, but still counts. With 3 turns, generate 1 additional energy. Not bad. Not bad. At the start of the first turn, load 1 6 white point energy into the central unit. Interesting. It just loads it for free. I don't know if I love that. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Apply 1 power to attack units in the top lane. I do have multiple attack units in the top lane. Start of the second turn, gain 1 fuel. Excuse me, 1 fuel. And the attack units with the most slots, which would be just this one. Just that one. Maybe this one then. Maybe this one. The bullseye one is odd, but I mean, at the same time, that would be this one, and that's something that definitely wants to be supercharged with some really cool energy gains, so you could do a lot worse. And the onboard audio system for the top level is pretty cool, because yeah, again, I have this is, if they're talking about this being the top lane, the top row, that one has the most. Generate 1 additional energy. Generate 1 additional energy does sound cool. 4 HP does sound nice too. But yeah, those 2 up top do 1 more damage each. Both of them do 1 more damage, and you get a free 6 white pointer. Or you pull more cards every 3 turns. Which, you know what? This one sounds cool and sounds fun, but this one could get you out of a jam. This one could get you out of a jam for the longer fights, and let's be real, the longer fights are the ones that I'm more concerned about. Longer fights basically being boss battles. the triangle clock makes boss battles more doable. The 4 HP is a nice cherry on top as well. So, our personally autographed Jetlo card. There we go. We got the goods. So I could check modifications as well. Could do unknown. Could do shield. Shield is 7 is pretty good. I've never actually done the shield encounter. Let's take a look. Lose 1 max shield gain. Okay, so... And they're repeatable. Interesting. I did just gain 2 max HP. I just gained 4 max HP earlier. I could translate that to a little bit more shield. I'll do 1. I'll do 1, yeah. Just 1 burn of that one. We're up to 8 shield. Cool. Alright. My fuel is still pretty good. 34 health, yeah. 8 shield. I think we're feeling good. Alright. On to the boss. Is this the end of the run? I think this might be the end of the run. If I can pull this thing off. If I can pull it out. We're all trying to pull out on time. Have 6 strength permanently. Can be switched to active or hibernated by order. So whatever attack units... Whatever these attack units that are placed around have 6 strength. So it's active or hibernated by order. Why would you want to hibernate it? Like why wouldn't you want it to be able to do its thing? Oh, maybe there's a... You figured there'd be a something to imply like the something to like cause that toggle to happen. Can be switch active or hibernated by order, yeah. But I'm over here. Oh, the name of the ship is Order. Corleone, by the way. That's kind of fun. Leader of the Hyena Gang. He's the big guy. I think this is the final boss for this run. And of course, this is the default difficulty, so this is not like this is the end all be all, obviously, but this is the final encounter of this run. This is where the run is going to end. Yeah, either in victory or in defeat. Every star coin in the Lone Star universe belongs to the Corleone family, so he claims. So he claims. Yeah. I guess what I'm unsure about is why the note about it can be switch active. I think what they mean is switched active. I guess there are some typos in this game. It can be switched to being active or hibernated. But why would you hibernate it? What's the benefit of hibernating it? I guess we'll see. So maybe that's the answer. Maybe it like toggles around all over the place. Maybe it's kind of bebopping around. We can only hope, I guess. So that's what that means, right? Oh, big stretch. Out of curiosity, when any unit activates, does that include this one activating? Because we know that's going to pop. We'll save that for later. Because we can only do that 5 times. So we do need to, we're probably going to be moving around in this battle, I would suspect. Expect some movements, almost guaranteed. With the upgrade. And another upgrade. And then let's go ahead and lower this down. Get another one. Got lots of numbers to work with here. Yeah, I might want to go ahead and schmoove up. We only have 2 18s to work with, 2 18s and a 12, which is still not a small amount. Look at that HP amount, 160. And a 9 durability. This is a fucking unit. An absolute unit. We definitely want to play this smart. I'm wishing I wouldn't have brought the fuel amplifier. I'm wishing I would have looked a little bit more at what this guy was bringing to the table. Well, it might not have listed his HP, but I should have read the room and realized this might be a long-ass fight, and to bring more fuel. Which was to say the fuel injector, I think is what it was called. Good news is we have this thing, so you know we at least have some help on the way, but it'd be a little scary. A little bit scary. The other thing too is that this one doesn't do quite as well with like really big sexy numbers. Like the biggest sexiest numbers we can do right now are the 5s and the 3s. Can't lower anymore, can I? No, I cannot. Yeah. So this one is going to be tricky. What used to be our prized possession of our build is now our weakest link, I would say, the pure white core. If I could have gotten another one of these, even a bronze core, I probably would have, if I could have had an opportunity to buy a second bronze core, I probably would have switched out for the pure white. But that being said, these are still pretty cool, and it'll be enough to, you know, stem the tide for the most part, I think. So put that there. Really, like, this guy here will be more than enough. And that might be exactly where I place him, actually. That is enough to block that entirely. Put this up here. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit dicey. Yeah, just the one there is plenty. I think that's the key. Place that one there. Place this one. Yeah, probably there. A second card. That is enough. Cool. So now it's a question of applying more damage. Or even better. Yeah, the damage doesn't really matter. Well, okay, that one's full, obviously. It's gonna be one of these two. And of course, it's the same damage either way. But the nice thing is that this one does more durability damage. That up here it's a 2, but down here it's a 3. That gets him 1/3 the way down as far as his the durability that he can sustain before he's stunned for a round. I'm not gonna burn the fuel amplifiers. Yes, I recognize that, but I probably shouldn't. Already used that one. Yeah, I feel like I probably shouldn't here. Oh. Good, not bad starting round, not bad. This is gonna be an endurance run. It's gonna be an endurance run for sure. He's charging up for something scary, which might mean like all these activate. Like it might be like just max bullshittery, which is scary. Which is scary, obviously. So the obvious things to do are to power up a couple things. We'll draw 3 more, and I've got a full hand of cards to draw. I don't know what this is going to be. Maybe I should play it safe and say, you know what, I'm gonna do nothing. Like, maybe, I guess I could, like, do... You know, it's free damage, basically. It's free real estate, it's free damage. Maybe I could throw the 2 1s at him. We're gonna get 3 more cards back. You know, keep these 3. We're gonna get a few more, because this one will proc. But I don't know what this is gonna be. We just know it's gonna be something scary. So... Yeah, the nice thing is we're still doing durability damage no matter how you slice it. What I should also do... This one. Yes, that 18 is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Additional contributions aren't quite as worthwhile, so it would seem. The nice thing is if I bump this one up, it lowers the durability down and also prepares us for the tri-power for next round, which could be pretty powerful. Let's do that. Let's do that. That way we're doing max durability damage. We're doing a nice chunk of damage on our own, and we're keeping some other guys for a rainy day. The game's gonna say, whoa, 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 you have unused cards, are you sure? Okay, it didn't, but... So it is maximum damage. Wowie zowie. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. I'm glad we saved some resources. This is gonna hurt. I mean, fuck, man, this might be this might be curtains for all I know. We'll be smart. We'll be smart as smart can be. Can I make this an 8? Make it an 8, baby. And then another one. We have a lot of cards to work with at least. We're throwing as much as we can back at him. The good news is that we want to stay in the middle. In a strange turn of events, our middle is our strongest. Our middles are strongest. But, yeah, the top ones. You know, if we move up... But you can only move up or down by 1. You can't move up twice. Or move down twice. So no matter how we slice it, it's gonna suck. For sure. Yeah, if we were to move up... Of course, this tri-power is gonna be red. If we were to move up, for instance... Yeah, the tri-power would be able to handle the 30. This guy would be able to handle the 30 better. This one would be this is the weakest link of our group. Maybe I should see it maybe I should look at it that way, where it's like this is the lane I'm the most worried about. And this is the one that's a little bit less scary. The good news is if we can survive, I mean if we survive that's great, but also if we're somehow able to damage any of these lanes, then we'll be in a better setup for a good stun for the next round. Probably won't be enough to kill him, but it'll be enough to hurt him really bad. We'll be up here then. We might have to burn fuel to like survive. This is gonna be a survival one for sure. Like, can we fucking survive this one? 1 brings us up to 18. Like that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Doesn't really matter which one, necessarily. Curiosity. 1, 2, 3, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so yeah, we definitely we'll have spots to spare no matter how I slice it. So I don't have to be like careful about running out of open spaces, thankfully. You know, wants to jump up to help cheer us on for this final battle situation. The good news is that when I do activate, it makes this thing get juicier. Already at a plus 11, which is pretty darn good. But right now, that pretty much a guarantee. Put a 1 here. Numbers are more generous than I was thinking they were going to be. Let's do another 5 there. Pretty much all whites are going down there. All white with me. So now we're dealing damage to him down there. I'm going to neglect the one up top. They're doing 12 to us there. Gotta remember the Consecution is hanging in the back. We have a 5 and a 7 in the pool. We have some really good resources in our back pocket. So we're feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'll apply a 5 there. The beam will fire. Apply a 3 there. They'll take in 15. That still hurts pretty bad. Hurts pretty bad. I'll apply a 3 there. Apply the 1 there. So we're surviving. We're surviving, but it's gonna hurt. Gonna hurt bad. So at this rate, I would take 1 damage or just lose most of my shield. I will accept losing most of my shield. I burn some fuel, which means less movement opportunities. We would lose just a little bit less shield. And we would do slightly more damage. Slightly more damage. As it is right now, we're doing 2 damage. But at least we're knocking him off his durability. And I think the next round, he'll be pretty sad. So... I'll keep the movement opportunities. This is going to be a long fight. Let's treat it as such. So that one hit, and it hurts. But we're okay. Much more normal round now. So we lived. It was painful, but we lived. No need to move right now. Well, I say that. I mean, as long as we can do 12 down here. Yeah, once again, this is our weakest link right now. Let's give me a 9. Actually, do I want to do like a... maybe like a 6? Maybe not put all our eggs in one basket, so to speak. That's when that one mega charge weapon would come into play right here. That I neglected to take last time. We'll spread the love. We'll spread the love, yeah. I will lower that down. Not that it really matters. Oh, Shane, you're a good girl. I'm looking forward to stunning him. Really looking forward to stunning him. To the point where I'm wondering if I want to just do enough to block without overdoing it, without overshooting it. Put one there, for instance. I should have put that one down here. Will I be able to pull a gray? Possibly. Possibly pull a gray. Yeah, we'll leave that one for up here. That'd be enough damage there. That one there, so 5 damage across the board. Yeah, unfortunately, maybe not quite as damage. That's pretty good. Maybe not quite as like overly efficient as I was maybe hoping, as we are out of cards, obviously. But it's good damage. And now he's stunned for a round. So we have a free round of just damaging the shit out of him, and he can't do shit about it. Upgrade both of these. Same thing as earlier. Similar thing as earlier, rather. You much want to put something down there for sure, but we want to do a pretty big one up there for sure. That one there. It'll fire the big laser. Just another one. 66 damage is pretty darn good. As far as rounds go, that's a pretty gosh darn good round. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from just doing that twice. I probably could have done that earlier. I probably could have done that the previous round to make that a little bit sexier for myself. That's a good round. That's a good round. Am I seeing this right? 79 damage? Good lord. Can I just ubercharge it? Oh my god, can I just kill his ass twice? Oh, he can only do it once. He can only do it once. I'm leaving his ass with 2 HP. I'm over like, is there anything else I can do? Wow. Well, I mean, this was a scary fight, and it's not over yet, obviously, but like, but damn, we just fucking stomped that round. My god. Goes to show how valuable it is once you break an enemy's guard in this game. How that single round of just doing nothing and being helpless really can make all the difference. Because I went from feeling very nervous to like thinking like, yeah, we can't lose. I mean, that's not true. Well, no, if I did nothing this round, we'd still be alive. That's us like that's us being a bro. It's like, all right, you were useless that round, we'll be useless one round in return. I will not offer him that courtesy. I will not be so kind. Charge these up. Turn this into a regular 2. I just need to do 2 damage and not get got. I just need to not die. The one there, yeah, that one there is gonna be enough to kill. But that down there will be that means we'll just take another 2. Put 6 up here. We could move up. And I will. We'll move up. Now the damage is much more to our liking. I actually would downgrade some of these if possible. That one, and then give me that one, and then we can't lose. We can't lose. We're just fucking blasting off at the speed of light. Fuck it. There's no rules. Give me the fuel amplifier. Give me the 9 as well. This is the victory lap, baby. This is the unnecessary victory lap. Piss this man to death. Get him out of here. Man. There we go. We got a whole bunch of achievements. Whole bunch of achievements. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Corleone Order defeated. Cabby, Transition, Rialma, Moonshadow, all these baddies out of here. Look at that. Look at that. And just to kind of review to see what it is I pulled off just now. Because again, I got a lot of achievements just now. Look-see. So, okay, just the 3 achievements, yeah. So it didn't use... What's that say? Yeah, it didn't use the retreat. There was a couple points where I thought about it, but yeah, it didn't use the retreat, which was nice. Use the shielder, of course. Took down the order. I guess the idea is that there's, like... Yeah, use the shielder to complete the game. I guess there's probably different kinds of like enemy boss battles that can appear at the end. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. This game is cool. This game is very good. I don't think the game is overly easy. I mean, I don't play it really a lot of deck builders, and this is my first time playing the game. This is our first run. So our first run ending in reaching all the way to the end dub is very nice to see. There's more reroll chances now, I guess, to use for future runs, of course. I don't know if you take the star coins with you. Probably not. Probably not. We unlocked a new difficulty option. So that was difficulty 0. Yeah. 3.5 hours. Yeah, that took us the entirety of the stream. The length of the stream. We got a bunch of new characters. His name is Dong Dong. Oh, that's very cute. His name is Dong Dong. He's got the Scouter. Hopefully it's not over 9,000. I don't want him to break that thing. It's too cute. This person looks like a druid, like a plant person. Oh yeah, they're a tree ant. There we go. Human named Wolfie. There's a mechanized person. The human Buildmaster. Shield modifiers. Seasoned thief. Meditator. Repair master. Seasoned thief, like seasoned with like paprika. Well spiced. Oh, another one. Dongo, master collector. Level 4 out of 70. Wow. High level shit, man. Lone Star. This game rocks, man. This game rocks. It's good. There's a custom mode too, which only unlocks at level 30, obviously. There's an encyclopedia to learn about the stuff we found so far. So of the weapons we've seen and used ourselves, wow, we've seen a lot. Although I think a lot of them are things that the bad guys were using, because I definitely wasn't using this thing and like this guy. But I think a lot of the bad guys were using those. There's still a handful we haven't seen ourselves. Most of them we have seen by now, though, which is kind of cool. Treasures, there's a bajillion we've yet to see. A whole bunch. There's event stuff. There's talents, apparently. At level... Oh, and because we got to level 4, we are just one level shy of unlocking another ship type, which is cool. Whole bunch of characters to unlock. My god. Some are universal, some are not universal. Which I guess means can't be used in, like, the endless mode, for instance. Achievements, of course. Got a whole bunch of those. Let's name the developer. Math Tide. That's the developer. Laser print. Oh, that's cool. You get to, like, change your laser look after a certain point, at least. For one level shy of getting the spacewalk laser. We can't preview right now. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's a cool game, man. It's a cool game. This game just hit its 1.0 release a few weeks ago. I think like April 5th, maybe, was when it hit its 1.0 release. And it's clearly very good. It's clearly a very good game. Kind of curious about... It said difficulty 0. I'm just kind of curious to see... You can choose your different pilots now. Earlier, we were locked in on just the basic, but now we have all kinds of cool options. Inherit talents and random talents. There's the reroll chances if you wanted a different pilot selection, which is cool. I'm looking to see if there's a thing that where we choose difficulty settings. All lost max HP converted to shield, to max shield. That's cool. And when you restore HP, you get star coins back. Find the central power. That's kind of cool. Here we go. Yeah, here's the difficulty mode. So yeah, enemies with more HP, which means that final encounter would maybe go quite a bit longer. But of course, you're getting more interesting things added to your you know, what you can grab, you know, what you can start with rather. But at least with starting pilots, I guess the ship level is still, or the ship ability is the same at the start. That's cool. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Good game. Good game. Yeah, I think we'll play more of it this week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play more of it tomorrow. But yeah, I think we'll play more of it this week. And then we have a couple of other games to look forward to this week. I'm really excited because there's, I mean, as always, there's lots of great stuff to play. I was able to get a review key for a kind of F-Zero looking game called Pacer. I think it had been around for a while, and it has gone through a couple of iterations. Apparently, the one I have is the classic edition of the game. That one would be kind of cool. I think we'll check that out maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. So Pacer Classic, and then I was talking about this a couple days ago, the really cool Survivors-like game that looks awesome, like Vampire Survivors-like game called Asgard's Fall. Asgard's Fall, Viking Survivors, we'll be checking that out as well. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, really cool looking zombie survival, really methodical, tactical zombie survival, looks really slick. And then on Saturday will be a special stream. We'll be playing Lost Skies, another Dare Drop game with Alina, Captain Alina, Veritas, and Oni, which will be fun. So a nice 4-stack with Lost Skies. That'll be a really nice time. And then I'm hoping to do some games with the homies, the usual Sunday group, doing the Caves of Cud Bingo, maybe some Repo. I know Alias mentioned he wanted to also get a group together for Hearts of Valor, I think is what it's called, the game that is very clearly Battlefield Heroes inspired. Heroes of Valor, that's what it's called, Heroes of Valor. So yeah, lots of good stuff on the horizon. But this was fun. This was very fun. Very good game. That I'm like grateful and I'm proud of myself that I was able to get a dub on my first run attempt on this game. But I think I know better than to expect that to happen every time, especially now that we've like gotten the next difficulty unlocked. It's exciting, but a little scary, a little bit scary. That's part of the fun. That is part of the fun. This was a good one. This was a good one. And I like to think that barring a couple of like suboptimal plays and a couple of major mistakes at the beginning, I like to think we did a pretty good job of handling that game pretty well. And you know, whenever you start a new deck builder, a new roguelike, there's always going to be some wobbliness. There's always going to be some improper plays at first, at least. But I'm proud of myself. I feel like we did pretty well. I feel like we did good. We did good, and I feel happy about that. Shayna's on my lap. She's happy. What's not to like? Life is good. We're going to find a raid target, of course, and there's a couple of nice folks live. Brassy Dutes is live. Like I've ever actually gotten to raid him before. Like I tried one time, but he snuck away before I could get his ass. He's doing some Elden Ring right now. Who else? Philly is doing some Star Sector. Vex is doing Nubby. Oh, we were just talking about Nubby's Number Factory. Vex is playing that one. Pink Justice is doing Like a Dragon, Gaiden. Banshee Boo is doing some Wind Waker HD randomizer, I think. No, it's just his first time playing. Kind of curious. Anyone else playing this game? Nope, just some weirdo named Super Hobbit playing it. Some weird nerd named Super Hobbit streaming this game. Amy's live. Slugma's live. I don't think I've ever rated Slugma either. Rancy's been going for 4.5 hours. Slugma's been going for 3 hours. Slugma might be going a little bit longer. Playing Schedule 1. Yeah, I think he's probably going a little bit longer. Funny you mentioned that, Pelican. Funny you mentioned that. So his screen name used to be Slugma Balls. BALLZ, I think is what it was. But Twitch gave him the didn't give the ban hammer necessarily, but gave him a notification saying, yeah, you need to change your name. So he changed it to Slugma Redacted. Slugma Redacted, which is pretty clever. I think it's pretty good. So we're gonna raid this guy. I've followed him for a while, I think, but I've never raided him before. I learned of his channel through Koala Baritone, our friend Aaron and Mallory. I think they rated him one time. He's playing Schedule 1. I know a lot of people have really been enjoying this game. I've yet to play it myself. I've yet to pick it up for that matter. But I've heard really fun things. I know Whale loves it. My friend Adam popped in the other day. He said he's been playing it. So everyone's been playing this game. It looks awesome. and looks extremely weird, but like as far as sort of vaguely immersive sim kinds of games go, this one looks like it has a lot of very interesting and very intricate systems built in, which is pretty impressive. So Schedule One looks like a pretty cool little game for sure. That link, by the way, that socials page has all of my links. Every single link that is me flavored that you could ever hope for, and then some. It's got my social media. It's got Twitter. It's got Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok, all that shit. I should mention that I do multi-stream to TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and a few other places, but of course Twitch is the main one. I know that's crazy. Would have never guessed it, but it's true. And the Discord server. By the way, I think we'll have some giveaways maybe this Friday, maybe next Friday. But regardless of when they happen, we will have some giveaways in the next week or two. So if that would interest you, if you'd be interested in possibly getting some free Steam keys, I think we'll have one extra key for Asgard Falls, Viking, or is that what it's called? That survivor-like game. Yeah, Asgard's Fall. There it is. Asgard's Fall. The survivor-like will be playing possibly tomorrow. We'll have one extra key for that one to give away, and maybe a key for this game. Maybe a key for LONESTAR to give away, but we'll see. I'm not going to overpromise for that one. But yeah, we'll have at least a key or two to give away, perhaps this Friday. And if you would like to participate in the raffles when we do the Steam key giveaways, we do all of our raffles, all of our giveaways through my Discord server, and there's a channel role you can sign up for that will notify you whenever a new giveaway opportunity is available. It's called giveaway notifications. I know, so creative, so clever. How do you do it, Alex? But yeah, we have all that set up in the Discord server. If you sign up for the giveaway notifications channel, you'll be notified within Discord whenever there's a new giveaway opportunity that is open. So if you want to make sure you don't miss when the giveaway opens up, when the raffle opens up for participation, make sure you sign up for that giveaway role. But most likely the giveaways won't happen until this Friday at the soonest. I would say next Friday's maybe more likely. But I'll make sure to telegraph that well in the Discord server, and I'll mention it on stream every so often as well, so that way everyone's kept in the loop. I will see you guys around, though. We're gonna raid Slugma Redacted. He'll always be Slugma Balls to me, though. He'll always be Slugma Balls to me, deep down in the balls, deep down in the cockles of my balls. I'll see you guys there. Thank you again to Dudson for that very generous raid. Thanks to the folks hanging out tonight. Had a couple new folks pop in, and of course the familiar faces are always a delight. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys around. And we're gonna raid Slugma. It'll be a nice time. He's playing Schedule 1. This game looks fucking wild. If you've never seen it, it is an experience for sure. I'll see you guys there. Good night, friends.